concerned about their financial future. In a world filled with economic uncertainty and geopolitical turmoil, it's never been more important to have a rock-solid plan for protecting your wealth. That's why I'm inviting you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. During this exclusive summit, you'll get proven top strategies for safeguarding your hard-earned assets and securing your financial independence. We'll cover everything from diversifying your portfolio to creating a fail-safe emergency fund. Don't leave your future to chance. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances and secure your future. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free summit. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Hey, it's on inviting you to come out to LeBear's Baton Rouge this Thursday. I'll be at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook watching Thursday night football. It's the Vikings traveling to the Rams. Come on out to LeBear's Baton Rouge Thursday night. We'll see you at ESPN Bet for Thursday night football.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, October 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 86. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap LSU's big win over the Arkansas Razorbacks. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Ooh, you're scary.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Terrifying and terrible.
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's happening there, people? T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you today. And how could you not be in a fantastic mood if you are listening to this show, okay? The weather remains fantastic outside. Holiday season rolling right along, about to kick into full gear. And you cheer for a football team that is on the rise, that is top 10 in the country, and is not a fluky top 10, but a legitimate top 10. A team that seems to get better and tighter and more confident every single week. A team who has set themselves up perfectly to accomplish all of their goals. And a team that is one of only two that is undefeated in the SEC. And now we live in such a blessed time that you get to watch both of those teams square up this weekend in a packed stadium in front of 100K. I mean, again, guys, how could you not be in a good mood if you are an LSU fan here on this Monday, October 21st, 2024? Jake, what's up, man? You had the game. You called it. Got back late Saturday. What's up, man? How we feeling?
Feeling good. It was fun. It was, the best weather I've ever been in that stadium. It wasn't freezing cold, which is always good. But, no, it was fun. It was a good trip, and looked like old PR-17 used to always say, it ain't got to be close. There's no rule saying it's got to be close. Yeah. And everybody talked about the game. Look, we all did, because that's the way this series had trended. But this group of Tigers said it ain't got to be close. And they went out there, and they really dominated.
This film was an absolute delight to dive into yesterday. I mean, it's a team. This is some of the best film you will ever see in terms of just solid, crisp, high levels of execution. all three phases of the game. Your kickoffs continue to be fantastic. Damian Ramos continues to be automatic. The defense getting better and better. You hold them only 10. The offense with an emphatic first drive and one of the sexiest final drives that you'll ever see in your entire life if you're into man football, right? Just big boy, run him over football. And you even had a play that blows your mind with Whit Weeks. It's all over the place. This was one of the most consistently good 60 minutes of film that I've been able to break down. And I'm excited to get into it all today with you. What's up, though, Alondra? How we feeling today? Great job on Whiskey and Wine, as always, Saturday night.
Thank you. I'm feeling good. Recovered on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Love me. I have a new favorite Tiger. Whit Weeks.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I think a lot of people fell in love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I missed the celly.
He shotgunned a football.
A football, not
No,
like
he
a
didn't.
shotgun
No, he
shooting.
didn't, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he did.
I used to dream about such things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to dream about such things.
Oh yeah, didn't you always say that would have been your celebration?
Mine went down a little bit of a darker joke route, but yeah,
naturally.
Yes, naturally. But that was part of the celebration. Yes, was shotgunning the ball. I cannot believe
you missed it.
That I missed that. Yeah. Even on film, I didn't see it. Maybe we're gonna watch the film more closely.
Yeah, look.
Am I just an idiot? Oh, I'm just an idiot. I just didn't realize, how did I not realize what he was doing?
Yeah.
You didn't realize he was shotgunning it?
Oh, that is fantastic. Dude.
I love that white boy.
Let's go.
Favorite white boy.
Also, shotgunning, classic white boy move.
Yes.
They don't call him the Honky Badger for nothing.
I know, and I love that name.
Tay, what's up? You did an awful job on Whiskey and Wine, as always.
Well, I wasn't
and that
there,
you once again failed to show up.
I wasn't there, so
exactly.
You know, I
was talking about.
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, I did a great job live tweeting during the game. I got multiple compliments on that, so it's not all bad, T-Bob. How about that?
Okay, you don't
I'll
have
allow
Twitter
that because that made me legitimately laugh. I did a great job.
Welcome.
I did a great job tweeting during the game. I got multiple compliments on my tweet.
I thought you didn't have Twitter.
You want to know the funny thing?
He doesn't say
he
ESPN.
doesn't have Twitter.
I didn't get any compliments.
So he does the ESPN.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Well, Tay, you did a great job.
Yeah, you
Live
did a great
tweet.
job.
I saw all the tweets.
I agree.
I saw every single one of them.
I didn't see any of
I was like,
No,
man, I
me
wonder
either.
who's working the 104.5 account right now.
Gotta be
they're in the zone,
Okay,
dude.
so why don't you show a little bit of
Killing it,
respect,
dude.
They're
T-Bob?
locked in.
All right, so let's go ahead then. Look, I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. Hopefully we can have you have some fun on your way to work, whatever you got going on. Let's attack this week, guys, and let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor and Staffing provides reliable local staffing solutions for warehouse, construction, and manufacturing positions. Whether you need help with temporary labor or long-term hires, Tiger Labor and Staffing has you covered with skilled, dependable workers, locally owned and operated. They are proud to serve Baton Rouge. All right, Jake, let's go ahead and get into this game. So, as I said, this is just really solid film all around, and it starts with the first drive. And I said it at the bar. It was kind of the talk as we were watching live, and then all of it just tripled down in the film review. This felt to me like a team and a quarterback that are just operating with a newfound confidence after getting that Ole Miss win. After proving to themselves the situations that they can go win in, the quality of the team that they are capable of beating. This felt like a team coming in who knew they were better and were not going to accept, like you said, like PR said, that it had to be close.
Yeah.
Like, we know we're better, so let's just go prove it. And it's just, again, it's something a bit intangible where, I mean, I can point to all the high level of execution, but they still didn't even do it. It's just how they felt, how they carried themselves, the decision making, the plays, the calm, cool, collected nature of it all, despite being on the road in a very hostile environment at night. Like, this team looked like a team who finally felt almost validated, had self-belief, kind of starting to think, oh, okay, like, no, we are that good. We are that guy. And instead of learning that over the course of the game, they carried that into this game with them.
Yeah, they started the game with it. I had a chance to go down to the field before the game, which I hadn't had a lot of chance to do so far this year. And I was like, man, these guys are really calm right now. They are feeling really good about this game. And just talking with a couple of different players, they were so locked in for the game. And you kind of knew beforehand that they were going to put their best effort forward, and they certainly did. And you're right about the film. Like, we're not going to point to, oh, man, look at the stats, look at this stat, look at that stat. It's not about the stats. It's about just watching the tape and watching them execute at a very high level. So however you feel about this game, I can just promise you, like T-Bob's already said, this was a very clean film. This was attention to detail film. This was very impressive. Like, I could even feel like in the booth in the moment that all the things they wanted to get done offensively and defensively, they got done.
And the first drive sets the tone here. Now, they win the toss. They give you the ball, something that LSU that we've talked about, right?
You can't lose the toss this year in their minds.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like something LSU's offense, that's one of the frustrations with them taking the ball is like the first plays have not been good, frankly. The adjustments have been elite. The ability to find success second half, and maybe you've been struggling early on. But the first drive's not been good. That was one of the goals. They come out there, and again, from the start, it was just perfection. And everything we're talking about, like think about the setting, right? On the road, rival's house, trophy game, insane crowd, and the poise was there from the beginning.
So, I was shocked because I didn't have this feeling. That's now 3 out of 4 games you've actually scored a touchdown on the first drive.
Oh, really?
UCLA, South Alabama, and now this one. The only one you didn't was Ole Miss.
Okay. But not this would be the first time in a Power 4 game then. Or no, UCLA. I guess. Yeah, UCLA.
Hey, they beat Rutgers.
Yeah. Oh, did they really?
They did.
Wow. Sean Fox.
Yeah, on the road.
Rutgers in New Jersey.
Like, that was surprising because I kind of had the same feel that you did. Like, it's kind of been clunky to start all of these games, and
I think that's still allowable given in their biggest games.
Right, but it still didn't even feel like it, though.
Yeah,
even going back, and I know I didn't call the South Alabama game, but it just didn't feel like it, and so it is something that they're confident in, and like I said, they don't feel like they can lose a toss this year because either way, they're going to take the football.
So, but you get to the drive, and off the bat, from the first call, I absolutely love it. It is a run play. It's get the ball to Caden in space, and you could see the execution all over the place. Emory Jones with a perfect cut block because it's a run play where the receivers are immediately blocking, but how you avoid OPIs because you throw it right behind the line of scrimmage. Caden Durham, again, right behind the line of scrimmage. Nuss gives him the ball in stride. Great blocking from Mason Taylor. Great blocking from Tradez Green at wide receiver, which we're going to talk a lot of Tradez today. And perfect confident execution, and then you're off and running. And I guess the next thing to break down on this drive, so it was all, there were some interesting things on this drive. There's a drop back from Garrett where he flipped his hips, almost like a little triple option drop back. I'm not sure what the design, whatever. The final play is one of the more interesting play designs that I've seen recently, where they come out, Jake, and remember, this is when it's 2nd and 22, second and goal from the 22, right? Now, penalties would have been the one aspect of this game that kind of marred the game. We can get into that, but again, those are not important compared to, I think, all the good that you saw. So it's 2nd and 22, you line up in trips right, so you have a light box, and you kind of want to influence him to that trip side. You then look like you're going to run zone read to the right. Only instead of leaving the backside end unblocked, you block him with Will Campbell and you leave the backside linebacker unblocked. But the entire time, you're not actually running zone right. It's a planned cutback, almost like a counter, but there's no pull it, right?
Yeah.
And so what you're banking on is, okay, let's get all that action going to the trip side, going to the right. And if that linebacker takes 1 or 2 false steps, he's cooked. And sure enough, Caden Durham, 1 step, cuts back, and when I tell you he hit the jets, people talk about put your foot in the ground and go, and the linebacker was cooked, unblocked, couldn't get him. And then his ability to get past the second guy and get to the end zone was just like, I mean, again, he has that work done, small to the ground, can't square him up. You saw it all over this film. But that play design, so well executed throughout, like a great call by Sloan, and then you end up in the end zone, and the tone is set for the entire game.
You know, honestly, it's a really nice job of finishing in the end zone because I'm going to be honest with you. In that situation, you just had a negative play. You're sitting there, and you're in open space, and you're about the 7-8 yard line, and a lot of running backs, including myself, you see a defender, you see the sideline, it's kind of a tight space. Okay, let me go try to punish that defender real quick.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to about the 6 yard line. Maybe we'll get down to the 5, and then we'll have a third down situation where we can go try to score. But his mind is always finishing in the end zone. How can I find a way to get into the end zone, right? So he's not worried about maybe going to try to punish the defensive back. He's worried about getting in the end zone.
Yeah.
And to finish that run the way he did, that's not normal. And, I mean, we could talk about Caden Durham this entire first hour. I mean, what he was able to do, and this stat blew me away, the first LSU true freshman since 1995 with 100-plus yards and 3 touchdowns. The first in LSU history on the road or against an SEC team to ever do that.
Damn.
I mean, think about all the freshman running backs that have played here.
It's insane.
I mean, some of the best to ever do it and have played, you know, their entire career. But it's because of his skill set, obviously. Like, that's the obvious statement. But just this mindset to finish these plays in the end zone and to be a tough runner, but also be a track guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not a combination you ever see.
No, he and again, it's just so funny because he is so low to the ground. You watch guys try to square him up, and he just slips through hits. You cannot get a clean shot on him. And look, you know, this entire running performance from LSU kind of speaks to some validation of what we said last week, which was I think the lack of success there was more due to the quality of Ole Miss's interior, which is a bit different. Than LSU not like getting better at running the ball, and they were able to take advantage of this game. Now this weekend, you know, A&M, they're going to be another one of those really good interiors.
This is a good front. It wasn't Ole Miss, but this is a good Arkansas.
No, Landon got Will a couple times.
He did get Will a couple times, but I also liked the stretch zone that they were running because it gets the defense going, and maybe we can pull it up throughout the show, but it just gets the defense, and you know this, T, it gets them going sideways.
Yeah.
And if you're a stout front, you want to be going north and south, not east and west. And so it gets everybody going sideways, east and west, and then it allows the running back, he makes the decision.
Yeah.
He makes the decision when to go north-south, and only he knows that. And so he's got the power, right? He's going to be the hammer, okay? You're going to be the nail. And he gets to decide that. And I thought it was really good for all of these running backs to be able to stretch it out, put their foot in the ground. They had the momentum, and it was a really good play for LSU. We've seen it some, but it was like their big run this week.
All right, well, let's go. Let's do this then. Let's go to break, and when we get back, because that was just the first drive from the offense, but the first drive kind of encapsulates everything with the last one. But next, we have to celebrate this LSU defense, which continues to get better every single week. If you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045ESPN. You can hop in the Body Ford YouTube chat, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back with more OTB next.
Off the bench.
Hey, y'all, I want you to go check out oakparkevents.com, oakparkevents.com. Guys, the holidays are here, okay? And Park 73, you know about Oak Lodge, beautiful brass bar, everything. Park 73, if you are looking for a Christmas event for your company, whatever, a holiday party, luncheon, any of this, okay? There are some really good dates left at Park 73, and it will put you in that holiday mood, okay? Super festive to score, brick fireplace out on the ground, so if it's a cold night, you go out there, they got the s'more station set up, gorgeous Christmas trees throughout the property. So look, explore it today. If you're looking for somewhere to host your holiday party, luncheon, get together, you want to go to oakparkevents.com. Specifically, guys, a couple good dates left on Park 73, so act now before you miss your shot. oakparkevents.com.
150. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart
Let's get back to breaking down the film on Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. People are okay. So there's some discussion on Nussmeier going on in the chat right now, and some throws that were a bit dangerously placed, or some throws where he was maybe going for it, where it looked like Arkansas had an opportunity to come up with an interception. They did not. So Brian Kelly was actually asked about this in the post game. Do you have that clip ready to go?
Yeah.
Here's what Kelly had to say about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't characterize him throwing stuff up for grabs. That's lazy, and I think that's an easy way to say somebody that's not detailed in his work. He's detailed in his work. He doesn't do anything by just throwing it up for grabs. So let's get that straight. He may have tried to fit a ball in where maybe he should not have, but everything that he does is thoughtful. Everything that he does is through hard work. He's still in a process of getting the receivers on the same page with him. There are so many things out there for him to continue to get better at. And the great part about it is he shows up with that kind of attitude every day. So I would just say that he is still working to be the best version of himself. And you're gonna continue to see him get better and better.
Yeah, so I guess the point there is, like, don't think, like Coach Kelly's saying, that is not unintentional, those throws. It's not like he's just panicking, oh, I got to throw it up.
Wasn't one a free play? I'm pretty sure it was a free play. One of the ones that the Arkansas guy dropped.
It was the neutral zone.
Yeah.
He knows that. And so he's like.
One was a free play. One was, double coverage where he just thought, hey, look, man, look at some of the windows he's fit balls into this year, okay? Like, those other throws, if they get broken up, you're saying that's a dangerous throw, but it got completed, so you just think, oh, that's a great pass. Like, no, like, these are the shots that he is going to take. And it's what we've been talking about with years. When you have somebody who has that confidence and that gunslinging mentality, it's a delicate balance of how do we refine it without taking away what makes him great. And I think they're striking an incredible balance. I mean, the confidence that Garrett Nussmeier is playing with right now, it's so easy to forget this is his first year starting. Like, the ceiling on this guy, if he comes back, which who knows if he even will, because he seems to be rocketing up all NFL draft boards, the ceiling on him as a college quarterback is absurd. So it's not saying that he's perfect. There are still things that he could do better. We did see him pull a ball and run it at the end. How about that?
Oh, my God. Do you see him? He was like, yeah. He looked at the sidelines. He gave him the old fist pump, and he was grinning because that is obviously something that, hey, you got to pull one of these. Yeah. And he did, and he got, what, like 6 yards?
Yeah. He got 5 yards.
It was the biggest smile on his face that I've ever seen.
And look, again, not perfect, right? There was like a Kyron Lacey deep ball that I'm sure he would have wanted back. He made it a little too vertical, whereas he throws out to the space a little bit more. Kyron easily scores, so it's not perfect, but like there's if your main takeaway or one of your main starting points from this game is being like scared of some of those throws, or like he's got to get better there, I just vehemently disagree. And even if they come up with a pick, so what? You got to trust your defense, and your defense is getting better and better. And you know that your offense will come back stronger on the other side as well. Guys, we do want to remind you about Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. If you've been suffering from ED or, just low energy, maybe you think, do I have low T? You're not entirely sure. Go into Goodwood, set up a free consultation, get your labs drawn, see what's going on. And then the bottom line is that they're going to fix it, right? With a plan that is customized to you and your body's needs, and the pricing's very transparent, very affordable. There's just no excuse anymore, guys. There's no excuse to walk through life insecure, not feeling like your best self. Let's maximize with Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com. So let's flip it over to, unless you have anything on Nuss before we flip it over to the defensive side of the ball, Jake.
No, I mean, I'm right there with you, and he's also keeping them on schedule as well, and like playing within the offense. Everybody can improve always in football. I'm not saying he can't, but right now he is going down a path where he is putting his best foot forward for the offense. He's doing the things the offense needs him to do. Like last week, they needed him to make incredible throws to go win that football game.
Yeah.
This week, they didn't necessarily need that. He was taking what the defense was giving him. They were playing a ton of quarters to start the game, and he's like, all right, I'm just going to take this 5-yard hitch. I'm going to take this 10-yard comeback, and I'm just going to –
They threw that hitch so many times, I feel like.
They kept giving it to him.
Yeah.
Right? And, look, we talked about it before the game. Don't be fooled by some of the stuff Arkansas is doing up front. It ends up in quarters. Well, film study told him that, and he's like, all right, well, look, I'm going to throw it out here to Kyron. I'm going to throw it out here to C.J. Daniels. Daniels is going to go make one guy miss and get 12 yards every single time.
Yep.
So that's what he needed to do this week, and that's what he did.
All right, and then, look, man, defensively, and really we almost could have started the show with the defense. It's just that the first drive of the offense was so emphatic. It's where I wanted to open up. But what more can you say? And I know eventually, guys, this probably has to get tired, but it's not tired to me yet. The difference from last year. It continues to become more and more stark each and every week. I mean, one of the first plays in this game, Jake, I see Gio Paez fighting his ass off, holding up two defenders, guard never gets off on the linebacker, run stuff, right? Something that was not happening at the beginning of the year. Although I don't know, I know. Okay, who all got home? I loved seeing Pearshan get a sack. That was great. Weeks got a sack. I don't think Swinson got one this game,
but he affected the game.
But he dominated, dude. And Savion did as well. Savion's moves though are just a little more like I'm a giant and just gonna overpower you. Brayton Swinson's out here like Kill Bill Kung Fu master level of hand fighting right now. The hand swiping, the hesitation moves, the timing. He was consistently working that tackle and freaking out Taylon Green.
So Keys and Suggs actually were credited both with half a sack. So that was the other sack.
That's what it was, Suggs, not Chan. Or did Chan get one? No.
Yeah, he got one.
Oh, he did get one, yeah. And I was pumped to see Suggs, too, because Suggs is a really effective pass rusher from the interior, which I always hated to see that guy back in the day. Because he'd come in, he'd have fresh legs, full of energy, and, like, he has this one specialty that, like, that's what he does better than anything else.
Gosh, I tell you what, it's not deep and knock on wood, injuries, but the defensive line and the rotation that they have figured out, that might be the most impressive thing of this defense. And we could talk about defensive back, but just the biggest worry coming into this season was defensive tackle. And you felt good about your edges, but did you feel like great? Nah, maybe not. Well, they've turned out to be great. Yeah. And the interiors turned out to be not just like, okay, they're not causing defeat, but they've actually turned into pretty good football players.
They're getting good, dude. They're getting pretty damn good.
And it's a scrappy group. It's a gritty group. And you got some freshmen that you don't know what you don't know. And they play like that in the best way possible.
And again, and it's led, though, like your kind of base level guys are now, early on there's a lot of Monbro talking. He wasn't playing very well early on, but right now it is Paez and Shand.
Yeah.
The upperclassmen, which I like. Like, that's ideally what you need, right? Let those guys set the tone, lead the way, and have the young guys follow in their footsteps. It's not unlike what you're seeing at linebacker, where they really like these freshman linebackers, guys.
Yeah, you can tell.
Because they're playing them in spots, even like Devon Keys, they obviously love him rushing the passer.
Yeah.
And why not? He's 6'4", 240, low to the ground, dense and fast. But it's kind of like the same way. Or did I say 6'4" or 6 foot?
I know what you meant.
6 foot, 240 guys, and fast. Like, that's a little ball of muscle right there. That's a dense man. Anyway, but I like, though, how the freshmen are being used on that D line with Paez and Shand being your leaders there. And then so you have players who, with their technique, are playing better and better and better and getting more and more effective. You have a staff that's learning, what these players do well now. And then the games that Blake Baker and this staff are calling right now, Jake, the assignment discipline is elite, but just the havoc they are creating and the ability to play coverage and the open field tackling, dude, is, again, night and day from last season. And you know what showed up on this tape more than any other, potentially, I would say, Jake? And it makes me more happy than anything else. Freaking hitting.
Yeah.
This team was laying the wood on Saturday. Remember, one of the biggest frustrations coming out of USC was I could count to like 4 or 5 USC big hits, and I don't think I could remember one for LSU. Well, I can give you like 6 or 7 big-ass hits from Saturday, and I can't really remember almost any from Arkansas. Like, this is a defense now that played Saturday like some bullies.
Yes.
And that's something they've been building, but this was the most consistent bullying that I've seen yet this year.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm sitting here and I'm watching one of my favorite plays that we will play when we come back about what T-Bob's talking about. Against USC, kind of both sides of the football, you were either going sideways or backwards with every contact.
Yep.
That's not the case anymore. And you're the aggressor. And you can't sit there and you can't counterpunch in this league. If you counterpunch, you get knocked out.
Yep.
You got to go throw haymakers. And that's what they did. And it's time and time again. It's different guys. It's all 3 levels. Shout out to Major Burns. How much better is Major playing?
Major is
right
on
now?
Fire right now. I would say him and Sage leading the way in terms of wood layers this last game. But
that's a hell of a job by Sage Ryan not to get a target. He did everything by the book.
I mean, he literally threw his head
in the moment,
the side.
In the moment, you could tell this. So I was shocked that they had 4 penalty flags. Now, look, you want to call it, you'll go get it right, sure. But also, like, in the moment, you're like, oh, that's not even close.
No. Yeah, I mean, he firmly – he knew exactly – he was perfect. Like, that is – when that rule was originally put in place, like, that's why you did it. Because here's a DB that's known that for years, played in that for years, and like, okay, I have to tackle him, and I got to keep my head out of there. It was really well executed. Even though it was kind of funny because he gets up and celebrates, and then he's kind of like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he got a knee into the thigh, which, as we know, you'll be fine. You can work it out, but oh my God, it's the worst.
Yeah.
When you get a knee just straight in the thigh.
No, but and then Major Burns. I mean, one of my favorite plays of the entire day was, and we'll get to the Maryland I formation in the next segment, as Jake called it on the game broadcast, because I don't know what else to call it. That ridiculous 4 deep I formation on defense that Blake Baker designed, but that was a 3rd and long. Taylon Green actually gets away from it. He scrambles to the sideline, and Major Burns makes him pay. I mean, cleans him out. 4th and 5, stop, punt the ball. It's all really good, man. It's all really good right now going in to this A&M game. And again, everybody seems to be on the ascent. So things we still got to get to. I want to get to special teams. We still got to get to Whit Weeks. And we got to talk about that crazy I formation play design. Coming up next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. Community Steel Company. Your answer for all of your steel needs, whether it's steel buildings, purlin, tubing, roofing, sheet metal, any steel accessories, all manufactured right there on site in Gonzales, Louisiana. Go to communitysteelcompany.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember, top right corner of the website, you click on that, tells you exactly where they're located in Gonzales. And so they've already been there. Like, if we're on the show, their doors are open. So they've been open for 35 minutes already, and they are waiting on you to come see them, come hang out with them. They're going to show you what they can do for you. And also, T-Bob tells you all the time, sure, it can be commercial, but residential. Like, either way, they can help you with whatever job, whatever size job that it might be. And again, they always encourage you to come out there, come see them, see what they can do for you. You can always visit the website if you can't get there today throughout the state of Louisiana. Again, find that location at their website, communitysteelco.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you in a new 2024 Ram 1500 truck for only $32,898. $32,898 for a new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Join us at Pro Dreams in Mandeville for our special event, A Day of Champions. Meet LSU National Championship winning head coaches Jay Johnson, Skip Bertman, and Paul Maneri. Don't miss your chance to purchase authentic sports memorabilia, autographed by the champions themselves. It's the perfect opportunity to celebrate LSU baseball and take home a piece of history. Visit pro-dreams.com to get your tickets. See you there.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, Taylor hanging out with you today. All right, so where should we go next? Should we just talk about Whit Weeks?
I think so.
The Honky Badger?
I think so.
The man who continues to play like a man possessed, the man who leads the SEC in tackles for a second week in a row. The man who called game. And the Whit Weeks pick, you have to remember the context in which it happened. It's 16-10. Arkansas had been moving the ball pretty well the last couple of drives. They scored a touchdown, then they get down there, they get a field goal. Jake, had you just punted? You only punted once. Was this coming? I believe so. Or maybe it was off of a field goal. Or no, you had just punted?
Yeah, because maybe you had punted inside the 10, and then when he picks it off, he's right there. That was right after the punt.
So you had just gotten stopped for the first time.
Yeah.
It's halfway through the third quarter. They're at home. They're only down 6. And they're coming off of 2 scoring drives in a row. So although you had really been in control of the game the entire time, and you looked like the better team, you were still in a position where one play and everything changes. If Quiddy Jackson hits one of those 75-yard touchdowns you've given up this year or something like that, like all of a sudden you're losing, game on. We're going into the fourth quarter, and it's going to be a freaking battle. And it's in that context. Like, your biggest players got to show up on these stages in the biggest moments. And it's in that context, Whit Weeks, beautiful blitz design, breaks through, bats the ball up in the air. Taylor Green actually tips it again, trying to get it back. Weeks somehow has the concentration falling over with even because Burns is going after it too. It's like a Renaissance painting. It's like there's hands everywhere flashing. He stays focused. He comes up with the pick. He damn near somehow stretches into the end zone.
Yeah.
The athleticism to get the pick and then even stretch the ball is wild. But again, because I know you end up dominating them by the end. So it was easy to forget what the actual context of that play was. And it straight up broke the Arkansas Razorback spirit and back in such a clear and obvious way. It's one of the most impactful plays I've ever seen. So it goes from 16-10, then that happens, and then it's 24-10. And it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. Like instead of going into the fourth quarter on the road in an absolute battle, game's over. And you dominate.
You could feel the crowd just know that in that moment.
Yep.
Okay, it's done.
Sorry, guys. Fun night.
Done. Yeah.
Everybody go home.
Yeah.
Good luck getting home. Might want to beat traffic.
It's almost like they put it up on the scoreboard. Like, thank God for coming out. God bless you. Good night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it really felt like the complete
Start
dynamic
the drinking
of that place.
and driving announcements.
Exactly. That's an individual effort that you can't coach, and it sounds cliche, but it's just facts. You can't coach stuff like that. You can't coach coming off the edge, knocking the ball down, finding the ball in the air, getting it. I mean, all of that, like everything has to go perfect. And it's a playmaker going to make a play. And there's like 7 or 8 clips that we could pull up, and that's going to be the one that gets all the attention. And I get it, and I understand why, because it is, like you said, it is Badger-like for him to go do that.
It reminds me of that old David Pollock play back in the day when he stole the ball from South Carolina's quarterback, and he ended up in the end zone. But like that was the first thing that I thought of.
Was it Roy Williams against Texas in Red River? He jumps over a guy and bats it down. Like it felt like that.
It's like one of those plays that like for the college football nerds, like you'll be able to reference it, and LSU fans will remember exactly what you're talking about for a long time.
Now I do want to show a play in. It will be talked about a little bit. It's not going to live as long as the one that we're talking about where Whit, taps it up to himself, intercepts it, changes the game. But just to show you the high level that Whit Weeks is playing at physically within one play, but also mentally within a play. If we could pull this up, Tay, because Arkansas running back Braylon Russell is 6'1", 253 pounds.
Damn.
He was a guy that basically closed out the Tennessee game. They didn't want to tackle him. Yeah. They didn't want to get in front of him. He closed it out in that last drive. They would go and score. It was, a lot of him. All right. And so just to know the size of the running back. Okay. So you see Whit, he's giving final instruction here to Greg Penn. Okay. So the ball snapped. He's still giving instruction to the defense. Ball snapped. Okay. So you would think, okay, well, he's going to be a step behind. But he also knows exactly what's going on. As soon as he sees the guard, right, he knows right now I can cross the guard's face and I can go try to make a play on this stretched zone because I've got a safety behind me. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about Russell putting his foot in the ground right now. Now, it'd be a very difficult cut. He doesn't have to worry about that. He knows he's got Gilbert behind him, right? And so he's just going to track, boom.
Yeah, I mean,
again,
to hit him backwards like that, dude.
6'1".
And at an angle where you're not really lined up, like it's a weird angle to immediately fold him like you did.
And again, it's everything within the play. Giving final instruction, recognizing because you're prepared the play as soon as it happens, knowing that you have a safety behind you so you can be aggressive. And then again, I'm going to play this in real time, just lowering the boom on somebody that's 6'1", 253. With aggression.
Well, and look how he sheds the O-lineman. Not worried about hand fight. I mean, the O-lineman might as well not exist in his brain. It's just a quick hands, get off me, hand swipe, and I'm out of here.
And that's because he's prepared. Again, like if you don't know what you're doing at the linebacker position, like T-Bob's talking about, it's a great point. You're just going to lock on to 54, the left guard, and you're going to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
You're going to try to see how it plays out, and you're going to be stuck on a guard, and then you put Gilbert in a bad situation because the running back would have a two-way go, but when you know what you're doing, when you know what the play is because of your film study, even if you get a late start because you're still trying to get everybody lined up, you can go right across the guard's face, you can track down the play, and you can knock out a running back that outweighs you by 20 pounds.
And also, who's at the 5 there, or whoever? I mean, whoever is the end does a pretty good job of getting penetration. He gets hooked, but he doesn't technically have to contain. The penetration from the nose and who's ever at tackle there is okay. Is it Relaford?
Yeah.
He's a little slow off the ball, but the penetration you see strings him out, right?
Yeah.
It makes him go flatter. Weeks in beating his guy shoots the gap, and then who has contain on the end there from the DB? Like this thing, everybody's playing in concert together, right? So Jackson can't keep pushing it to the sideline because contain's there. Weeks coming from the backside. He's already had to go flat because the D line had good penetration. It's all 11 guys executing at a high level.
It is, and look, Arkansas's got a double team on Greg Penn. They're probably feeling really good about it, but look, Major Burns does a great job of making sure that thing doesn't go outside. Even if Whit's not there, right, you're having players that are coming
Jordan
over
Gilbert's
to pursue.
coming in, like you said,
got
the other
Sage
safety
Ryan
behind
as well.
him. Yeah.
So that's just a high-level ball play. And, again, physically, yes, because you hit Braylon Russell back. Nobody does that. But also just the mental to be giving out the play call one final time, but to know exactly what's going on. You're not sitting there. You're not waiting. You're not trying to hand fight a guard. You're like, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go make a play. Like that play will get lost in all the great plays that Whit made over the weekend. But I promise you in film study today, the coaches are going to point to that one as much as they point to any play.
All right. When we get back, let's close out hour number 1. We still have more stuff to break down from this game. Keep it locked on 104.5 ESPN and Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Central Plumbing's been at it for half of a century, guys. Over 50 years of solving your plumbing problems. So, look, you can't hit it with anything they don't know how to solve. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. They got 24/7 emergency service. They got a massive fleet. So they can handle whatever you need. It's commercial, it's residential, it's everything. And it's also like bathroom renos. You want to get a tankless water heater. It's not just repairs. It's all there for you. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, CentralPlumbing.org.
Yeah, go to the website, and like T-Bob said, it is 24/7. It is 365. Weekends, holidays, game day, does not matter. If you have an emergency, Central Plumbing will come out, 225-925-8552. But check out the website. See what they can do for you as far as upgrading, the remodel game, home, business. Go tankless today with that tankless water heater. So many different options. Today, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back, OTB. So, look, we still got more to talk about. We will break down next hour if anybody's listening. And I know sometimes, you know, the on the radio side, you can still get some value out of listening to the film breakdown. But if you want, we're going to break down one more play today. Next hour, we'll do the insane Blake Baker defensive Maryland I formation, where you got 4 guys lined up in a single line, and it's every level of defense. It's a D lineman, 2 linebackers, and a safety, and they did it twice. and how they used it to compliment one another was absolutely fantastic. So look forward to that. Look, do you know who the game ball was given to after the game? Damian Ramos. And all I got to say is, well-deserved, dude. I tweeted during the game, put some respect on that man's name. All he does is make the kicks when you have to have them to avoid empty possessions. Like Penn forces a fumble, you get the big turnover. Yeah, it doesn't end the end zone. That sucks, but you get something out of it. And that was all night, just slowly. And that helps build up that kind of lead where you're leaning. And that's one of the reasons why the Whit Weeks play becomes a backbreaker, because you've had the track laid by all the field goals beforehand. So to come out, just going easy, 4 of 4. Now 12 of 14 on the year, 85%, just so consistent and so unheralded.
We talked about it last week. Going into a game, like you don't even worry about edge rushers in the SEC. Like even an All-American in Landon Jackson, he had a couple of nice rushes, but he never got home. Like to be able to not have to worry about that when you go into an SEC game, that's rare. I feel the same way about Ramos and what he can do for you. Like you don't worry about a kick in a game because he's been so consistent over the last couple of years. It's not just this year. I mean, he has been super solid, and that's coming off, one of the best kickers, maybe probably the best kicker in your school's history, in Cade York. Right? And so you're like, what level is it going to be at? Well, it's going to be at a very high level. Now, he didn't have the range maybe, but consistently, like even from 40 plus, he has been nails.
And then what's a very underrated part of this special teams operation, Jake? And it's one that's important because you score a lot.
Yeah.
And that's Aaron Burrell kicking the ball off, dude.
3-1 great.
I looked it up because I got curious watching film. LSU 6th in the nation in touchback percentage, 4th in overall number of touchbacks. So
and there was a game that he didn't play because he was hurt.
Oh, okay. So so his stats are even okay. I need to look up his individual stats then. And it's such a weapon, and it struck me because I'm watching the Miami game. Miami scores, take a 14-point lead. Okay, they should be in a good spot. What happens? Immediately kickoff return for a touchdown. And then the entire nature of that game changes. And it just got me thinking, wow, like what a weapon Burrell's been for you in that regard this year. So shout out to him as well. And when we get back, we still got a few more game notes, film review to get to. We'll break down the defensive Maryland eye, the mad scientist Blake Baker. So if you want to come hang out, youtube.com/1045 ESPN, or just keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. I don't care if you got, the home of your dreams, or you're just in a starter home, you want to bring your home to the next level, you want K to Z. And we work with any budget. Shoot for the moon, guys, okay? Because when you work with the experts at K to Z, you are going to be flabbergasted, gobsmacked at the amount of information and expertise that they bring to the table, where they look at exactly how your home interacts with the sun at every single part during the day. And whatever your goal is, it's like, I need this room to be blacked out. I need to be quiet. I need to glare off TV. I want some drop down shady for the outdoor kids. Like, whatever your goal is, they come up with a solution. The best price, complimentary installation, KTZ window coverage, KTOZblinds.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll see all the things T-Bob was talking about. Shades, shutters, drapes, the exterior shade that we talk about all the time, what it can do for you, the added benefit throughout your house. KTOZblinds.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, October 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you expect sunny skies with a high of 86 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll continue to break down the LSU versus Arkansas game, and we'll look at some of the top games across college football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Come in, if you dare.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Aren't you scared?
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Hour number 2 of OTB. And we're rolling right along. We're in a good mood. Because right now, there are 2 undefeated teams in the SEC in conference play. And not only are you one of them and top 10 in the country with the Golden Boot back in Baton Rouge once again, just took a quick little jaunt over there to Fayetteville, didn't want to stay. But this weekend, we live in such blessed times that we get to watch the only other undefeated in conference play SEC team do battle as LSU and A&M square up in College Station, a game that will be as electric as any this year. The final boss of road games on this season's schedule. And really, you win this one, and Kelly talked about this postgame, you got 3 of 4 at home. Like, you win this one, you know, the hard work is not done, but like, you are set up very nicely for this final push. I mean, I got goosebumps. You win this one, and I'll start to allow myself to fantasize. You know that scenario I've been painting for a long time about, imagine this, it's December 20th, which is that Friday. You know, Christmas tree at the edge of your vision, the lights, maybe some good holiday smells in the air, a little cold outside, hopefully. And you're sitting down there, whiskey in hand, and you're watching a playoff game. And it's like
LSU Penn State.
Well, I was gonna say. So in my fantasy, I haven't put LSU in there, right? So I've been like, okay, well, it's Tennessee, Penn State, whatever you want to say, right? You win this weekend, and like, yeah, all of a sudden my fantasy is gonna change. Maybe I'm at Don Juan. getting crazy. Maybe people are at the game. Maybe it's in Death Valley. Like, who knows? These are the type of scenarios that you are on the edge of starting to be able to really engage with, and you're a team that's training the right way. Now, we'll get into this week. We still got a little bit of housekeeping to clean up or to get to from this last game. First of all, LSU looked incredible in those all whites. God, those uniforms look good, dude. You look so fast and so big and so clean and so strong.
Yeah, suck it, Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, Hunt, come on, nerd. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Look at those.
Look at those.
I don't care that the stripes don't match. Would it be perfect if they did? Who knows? Don't care.
Is that what people say?
Yeah, that's what people get mad at.
What?
Yeah, because the helmet and the pants have a different stripe than the sleeves on the jersey.
I would have never noticed that in a million years. I'm just too busy looking at Weeks' lower abs. Power move by Weeks there, showing off the V's, the Barbie cuts. All right, so the all whites look clean. We got to talk about Trade as Green, Jake. Can you give me a snap count? Because I thought his role was going to be niche, and it was not. They were like, oh, no, he's a different skill set. Yeah. We are going to play him a lot, and we think we have an advantage.
So, and I mentioned this on the broadcast multiple times because it surprised me too. I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, well, he's going to play more, but it's going to be in certain spots. Yeah. He played 3 plays against Ole Miss. Now, one of them was a touchdown, but he played 3 plays. In this game, he played 42 of the 81.
Wow.
So he played over half, a little over half of the plays. And it was noticeable, like, in the moments, like, all right, he's the third receiver right now. And I didn't
noticeable, look on the screen. I mean, how can you miss him? He literally looks like cartoonish. DK Metcalf. Like, it looks cartoonish how much bigger he is than every other football player on the film. I'm watching film last night. I'm like, guys, am I tripping? Like, this is weird looking, right? Like, this does not look normal.
I didn't have time on the radio call just because things move so quick to explain this. But teams right now are going to have to decide, do we play this as 11 personnel with 3 receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 back? Or do we treat it as 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and a back? Because Green can do both, right? He can be a true F, and then Mason Taylor becomes that Y. And so you have to make a decision. Now, some teams will play that kind of the same now with today's defenses, but if you play it different, like you're going to be maybe bringing in a different DB, or maybe it's a coverage linebacker, what they're going to have to decide how they play that, because you have an advantage. Like if you want to throw something to the outside, a quick smoke or whatever, and he's the pin guy right there at the point where he's the lead blocker, it gives you an advantage.
Well, go watch the first play of the game, the swing to Caden Durham, which again is a run play. Mason Taylor and Trades are blocking, and I mean he's just mauling people. He's taking all that work he put into learning how to block a tight end. Only now he's not having to block DNs. He's getting to block DBs. And then you still see the red zone value, Jake. You think about the 2-point conversion. It's just a massive target. So I was very impressed. And one of the funniest visuals is him and Aaron Anderson next to each other. Because it is some real Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Twins sort of energy where I think, do you have the other picture from my Twitter, Taylor, if you could pull that up? Because I'm pretty sure he's next to Anderson there. And that's another guy that we haven't mentioned yet that I wanted to get to in my notes, which is Aaron Anderson. You take it for granted. He just continues to be automatic on third down or whenever you need to play. The Aaron Anderson zig route, Jake, is undefeated right now, which in real life, right, it's just like it's a great man beater. No matter, look at those two. Look at those two next to each other. But yeah, Aaron Anderson, fantastic again the other night. Just kind of lost in all the other good that was on film.
Yeah, he's been highly consistent. I want to talk about C.J. Daniels at some point today as well. He attacks the football at an elite level, and it will go unnoticed. But trust me when I say this,
he also blocks his ass off.
He does. We were breaking down the 2-point conversion, and Blair throws it to me, and I was trying to break it down. I was like, "Look, here's what it is. I'm tall, you're not."
Yeah,
that's the breakdown of the Trades Green 2-point conversion. It's like I have a mismatch. I'm going to throw it up to my guy, and you're not going to be able to make a play if I put it in the right spot.
I mean, what a weapon he suddenly looks like now, that and used so much more than I ever would have thought. All right, do we want to get into the defensive I formation then?
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
All right, real quick, reminding you guys, Trash Rangers, your local solution for all of your waste management needs. If you need residential trash pickup, well, guess what? Trash Rangers is, if you live in Livingston, make the switch today. It only takes a couple of minutes. You see your number of pickup days. Remember, they send you texts the night before it's your day just to remind you. So your nagging husband will finally get off your back. And if you're a business owner, as always, I'm telling you, that's anywhere in the listening area. We understand the flexible needs of local business. Hell, like trash, we're one, right? And so if you need front load dumpsters empty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, we can accommodate that. As well as any roll-off dumpsters for any projects that you need 15, 20, 30 yards, whatever. It's all here at trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. All right, so we mentioned the defense playing with better technique, obviously tackling better, flying around, laying the wood, but then also they scheming some stuff up. And this is something I'd never seen. And Jake, you called it, go ahead and pull it up, too. The Maryland I, which for those that don't know, a Maryland I formation on offense is just I with like an extra guy, right?
Yeah,
with
so
two
your
fullbacks.
Yeah, your I formation, you have 2 fullbacks and a tailback. So it's 4 guys in a line, quarterback, fullback, tailback.
And so here you have nose guard, linebacker, safety. What you can't tell as much from this angle either, it's a bit odder because Parashand, I think, is like 3 or 4 yards off the ball.
Yeah, he's probably heels at 4, yeah.
So you are not crowding the line at all. And watch the design of this thing when they snap it, how they attack it, and how they influence it.
Yeah, because you're probably thinking like, oh, is this sound football? Well, look, it's where you end up. It's not where you start. Now they're trying to start in a position that confuses the offense, but it's a really nice play design because, look, you're going to have every gap covered.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you got guys in every area, and I love the part of this where Savion Jones is going to cross face after doing a really nice job of threatening the left tackle on his outside, and then he's crossing his face because he's either going to get home or you're going to have
he
Atkins
gums up
who's
the
rapping.
middle. So that's the genius here. Your ends start out so wide, and Shan goes straight down the middle. Like you said, Jake, the ends start up field, and their whole goal is to cross face and then condense everything, right? And why are they condensing? Because the linebackers start attacking the guards knowing they're going to break around to the outside. So you have this swirling movement where the ends pretend like they're going outside, crash inside. The linebackers pretend like they're going inside, wrap around outside, and it's just it's perfect. Now, you know, Taylor Green, like early on in this game, his speed was a pretty big weapon in terms of like avoiding the sack. But watch what happens at the end of this play.
And also, like, if you're I mean, wouldn't the middle be wide open? I understand what you're saying, but the way Swinson plays this, the way the edge, both edge defenders play this, look, where do you want him to go?
Yeah, no, you can't.
And you've
go
got
to the middle.
Parashand also two-gapping this thing, right? So there's nowhere to go for him, and that's why, as we'll play it in real time and let it play out, that's why it ends up like this.
Boom, bro. Watch Taylor Green's body and how far it goes after Major Burns hits him.
And again, that's another clean hit. Helmet was on his shoulder.
Oh my God. Watch here. Let it play, Jake. Watch how far his body goes. I mean, he slides about 7-8 yards. And then they missed the field goal.
Yep.
And they missed the field goal after that. And later on, they do this same Maryland I, only this time they go linebacker, D lineman, linebacker, safety. And I believe in this one, it's all the same look, only the ends go outside and the linebackers go inside. So that is a package that you've already put out two different looks on film, and that you can continue to develop and continue to play around with as you get deeper into the season. Just really fantastic, creative stuff from Blake Baker.
I thought he called another great game, and the thing that I notice immediately is the effort that they play with for Blake Baker.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's something that they talk about in meeting rooms. If you don't give this kind of effort, you won't be in there. And you see it at every level. Like, think about the edge rushers on this team and the effort that they give. And then I'll watch Gio Paez, and he's giving you every ounce of everything God gave him. we talk about Whit Weeks and Greg Penn and what they give you, but you're getting it at every level. Same thing at defensive back. Like, you are getting a team that is like, hey, I know we might not have A, B, and C like some of these other teams, but I tell you what, we're going to have better effort. We're going to be attention to detail, and we're going to be physical as hell.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, they're just getting better at all those elements every single week. All right, give me, Jake, real quick before we go to break here. Give me the look up the Caden Durham touchdown from the end zone, because this is one of my favorite.
Which one? He had 3 of them.
The first one. The first one. The second and 22. Because this one is awesome for multiple reasons as well. I love the play design. Also, Caden Durham's speed is just next level in how he attacks it. All right, so go to the end zone.
Oh, I'm going to see it from both angles.
Well, this angle shows the speed better, to be fair.
That's what I thought you were trying to see. All right.
No, the speed is cool. Like, just watch, like, boom. See, that's just 1 foot. You know, it's foot in the ground. Just beat the man. Beat him. Somehow beat him. And there you are in the end zone. No 3rd and goal to worry about. Now, give it to me from the end zone, because I love, we credit Baker's creative play design. I love this from Sloan. So you got trips right. And then you want to see, like, pause it right there. So already, normally on a zone read, you leave that backside in, unblocked, and the quarterback reads him. If he crashes, he pulls. If not, he hands it, right? On this play instead, because this is planned to be like a counter where you make it look like zone right and then cut back left, Campbell's going to go ahead and block the end. And you're leaving that backside linebacker unblocked, but look at where his movement's going. He's already, because of the trips, because of formation, he's already lined up a bit more to the trip side than he would be. And then look at where he's facing, where his hips are going as this ball's being handed off. He's fooled. And then if you take a false step with Caden Durham's speed, you can't keep up.
Yeah, and he sees a double team with the center and right guard. So his assumption is that it's going to that side, it's going to hit play side. And if it hits anywhere, it's going to hit between the left guard and the center. So he thinks if he fills that gap or stays in that gap, he's going to be okay. But like T-Bob said,
and the double team is clearly, this is a planned cutback. This is not a read, because look at how they double team.
You can see 72 kind of turn a little bit too.
Chester's coming off. Yeah, exactly. And then Chester's coming off, walling off to the left, not trying to slide block and reach him to the right.
And the best part about this, like T-Bob
look
said,
at that foot in the
like
ground.
once that happens with Caden Durham, you're toast.
You're cooked.
Now, you could have got a face mask right here because he grabbed a handful of face masks. They didn't call it. All right. But he still, watch this. I mean, to have the ability to still run through a face mask and still create that kind of momentum and to just break away from it, and then you almost get a horse collar.
How does he score here?
Because like right here, okay, in my mind, I'm probably going to try to give this DB, a shoulder right to the chest. I'm going to try to get him down to the 5-yard line and just carry him for a little bit and then set up a 3rd down.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, he's got the ability and just a nose for the end zone. And look
how slippery he is. Look how slippery he is.
So a face mask that his speed and power broke out of, and now a horse collar that his speed and power breaks out of. By the way, neither one of them was called, and just finds a way into the end zone.
Somehow bends it into the pylon.
Watch it one more time.
Full speed. Doof! Shot out of a cannon, bro. Wow. And all of a sudden we home.
Face mask, horse collar, doesn't matter.
We home, baby. Love it. Also, last thing offensively, guys, the final drive is football erotica. Yeah. To go, I mean, you got the ball. So on the last drive, you got the ball back with. Sorry, let me find my exact notes here. Okay, so there's 10:42 in the fourth quarter when you get the ball. It ends 14 plays, 80 yards. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock when you score.
Yep.
8:22 off the board in the fourth. You salted away, and you just ran it the entire time. Just run it. That's confident football right there, and you love to see it, dude. Love to see it.
It's the best version that we have in football.
Yeah.
Is imposing your will on the other team. Telling the other team, I'm running the football. I know it. You know it. Walmart knows it here in this stadium, and there's not a damn thing that anybody can do about it. Nothing. Because we are going to be the aggressor, right?
Yeah.
We're the alpha. You are not.
Yeah.
I am grown. You're a child. It's oh my gosh, I love it.
Woo! I'm telling you, man, this is fun film to break down, bro. This is fun film to break down. All right, when we get back, we'll finally put a bow on this game. Then we can move on to the rest of football over the weekend. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to ColemanRoof.com. ColemanRoof.com. Your most complete, reliable, and respected roofing company in Louisiana. Look, man, any project, we do all giant commercial projects. We do, look, you got just a hole in your roof, okay? We got it, man. Big and small, we approach it all the same way with maximum effort and intensity, all the way from estimate to cleanup. And I say complete because it is any size project anywhere in the state. It's also the construction portion. So if you do have a hole, you get some interior water damage, they'll fix the interior and then fix the hole in your roof. ColemanRoof.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, right there on the homepage, you will see a massive commercial job that they can do for your business. Now, they can do anything residential as well. So if you need something done at your home, they can be that, right? And if you have damage from a leak, interior drywall, flooring, whatever, well, they can do that too. Like, it is truly a one-stop shop. Go to the website, ColemanRoof.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Join us at Pro Dreams in Mandeville for our special event, A Day of Champions. Meet LSU National Championship winning head coaches Jay Johnson, Skip Bertman, and Paul Maneri. Don't miss your chance to purchase authentic sports memorabilia, autographed by the champions themselves. It's the perfect opportunity to celebrate LSU baseball and take home a piece of history. Visit pro-dreams.com to get your tickets. See you there.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
Let's get back to breaking down the film on Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and finish. Okay, I'm going to clean out the rest of the notes here. Ridiculous, underrated play. Ridiculous throw to Mason Taylor by Nuss on 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
It was 13-7. They had just scored a touchdown. You're staring down a punt. Avoiding punts there is obviously huge. You're kicking a field goal here. but a man in his face on the run. Dude, he has arm strength. How he powered that ball out there off his back foot, and it's a perfect, accurate throw to Taylor, who makes a great leaping grab for the big gain. One of the biggest plays of the entire game, keeps it at a 2-score game.
Mason Taylor has some of the strongest hands that I've ever seen at the college level. Now, like the elite status, like the one that I kind of judge everybody off of, is Malik Neighbors. He has the strongest hands that I've ever seen. But Mason Taylor, if you put it in his catch radius, he's coming down with it. Contested, it does not matter. And that's why I think Garrett Nussmeier, well, he's open, he runs good routes, but I think his hand strength is why Nussmeier trusts him so much. Why fourth down Ole Miss, that's who he goes to. And
so I thought that play was awesome. Again, Swinson and Jasavian Jones dominating the tackles. Awesome. Sage Ryan and Major Burns, like we said, laying the wood, kicking ass. That was awesome. Do I have anything else here that we haven't touched on? Xavier Atkins and Devon Keys, that's something you continue to watch.
Yeah.
Is those guys. Now, Penn had to leave this game for a little bit, and so obviously that's something that we talked about. You're a little thin there now with the Weeks redshirting. But they like those guys, and they're playing them even when it's not an injury situation.
Both played 11 snaps.
Yeah, like they'll play them in. I think it's the second week in a row now where I think they like Xavier Atkins in coverage. If I had to guess,
that's what it looks like in Keys and first and second down.
Yeah. And so that's something to keep an eye on going
He's
forward.
A thumper. He's that guy that's gonna like come out of his hips a little bit and hold point.
6 foot 240.
Yeah.
Again, guys, dense. And then this is not anything to do. This just shows how good of an offense you are. LSU right now, one of only 4 teams in the SEC averaging less than 3 punts per game. In fact, only Ole Miss and Arkansas punt less, and you just beat both of them and force them into quite a few punts. And just because we'll start to get into more football as a whole from over the weekend, Oklahoma punts 6 times a game. Second place on the list is South Carolina at 4.7. To give you an idea of how awful the Oklahoma offense is, 6 punts a game when the next one is 4.7.
I want to ask you a question about one of the things LSU's defense did that it felt like, not that they were like giving it to them, but they were okay with them hitting any kind of a drag. Now, Arkansas, and I said on the broadcast, they are a big mesh rail team. They did it against Oklahoma State 12 times, I swear. So mesh rail, pretty easy. You're going to have a drag coming from the opposite side of the running back. The running back, typically is going to be the running back, is going to run a rail down the sideline, and they're going to put that linebacker in conflict. Do you run with the rail? If you do, we're going to hit the drag. If you stay with the drag, we're going to hit the rail. And LSU did a great job of covering that. I think they did it, 4 times I counted it. But it felt like they were like, okay, you can have this drag. It's going to be 6 to 10 yards, and then we'll make an adjustment, and then we'll sack you, and you won't be able to do it. But they were like, okay, allowing that play until they made the play.
Yeah, they're very much, and this is what sure tackling gets you, Jake, is they can very much play that kind of make them work, bend but don't break style. Okay, like you said, you executed here, you got a first down, do it again.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting the hidden yardage from the broken tackles anymore. And so you're going to have to prove that you can do it 3 or 4 times in a row if you want to come away with a score. And that's starting to really pay dividends for the team.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to tackling as much as almost anything else.
And I love the change-up. I love the fact that you can go to a game and you watch a tape and it's, oh, man, this is a cover 1 team, single high safety. They're uber aggressive. And then you come back the next game and you're a 3-deep team. And that's what they played a majority of this one. I mean, it was either 3 deep or it was quarter halves, and they were, in a completely different mode than they were just last week against Ole Miss. Like in college football, oftentimes you are who you are. And I'm sure Arkansas planned for a lot of cover 1, and they planned on them being aggressive, single high safety. And Blake Baker just completely went the opposite way and goes 3 deep most of the game. I would say probably half. I hadn't looked at the numbers yet. I would say half the time they were in 3 deep.
That's interesting. I'll be intrigued to see that. And something else Kelly talked about after the game. LSU did a great job of stopping the run this game. making Arkansas have to be, and then the lead helps with this as well, have to be this kind of pass-first team, and that's just not, Arkansas's not going to have success. So now the second week in a row, Jake, which bodes really well for this A&M game, because what do they want to do? Run the ball.
Yeah.
But the second, that's what Ole Miss want to do. That's what Arkansas wants to do. Second game in a row where you have shut down the opponent's rushing attack, their greatest strength, and then everything else kind of works because of that.
All right, so I pulled it up, and you ran cover 1 11 times, 21.6% of the time. You ran cover 2 9.8% of the time. You ran cover 3 49% of the time, so I was 1% off. I thought it was half. It was 49%. You ran quarter halves 9.8% of the time. That's cover 6, cover 8, depending on what you want to call that. And you only ran quarters 2 times in the game. So, I mean, you switch from a cover 1 single high safety to a 3 deep safety look. And when you can do that, when you can keep the offense guessing, and you defensively feel like you can handle 1, 3, 4, 2, 6, 8, whatever coverage you throw out there, that is going to keep offensive coordinators up at night.
ATX says, have you all talked about the defensive assignments in the Arkansas touchdown? Stamps just got sucked in by the play action.
And that's one of the things you can't, like when we're talking about the coverages that they were playing, you have to allow the guys underneath to play that, and you can't you can't try to sneak in there and make a play on those. It's the only time they did it. It cost them for a 25-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
But you could tell he knew it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as he did, he turned around and you could see his head drop. Yeah.
That sucks. But
that's trying to play 2 routes when you just need to play 1.
But still, man, just a fantastic game all around, boys. Take a bow. I hope you enjoyed the 24-hour rule. Obviously, right back to work now, going A&M. We'll talk about it all week long. But do not take for granted what you saw on Saturday, which is a real clean, crisp, high-executed, all 3 phases of the game, 60-minute performance from Yo Tigers. And now, why Tennessee jumps in the rankings, I don't know, but who cares? Who gives a damn, dude? If the AP voters want to keep down, let them keep down. And what are we going to do? We just going to keep winning, man. Just keep winning.
You had 2 weeks ago,
destiny.
you had an AP voter that didn't have LSU in the top 25.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. I can make it. T can make it. Alondra, we could all make the argument why LSU should be ahead of Tennessee. Common opponent, venue that you just played in, that. But it will work itself out. And the coaches poll, you're ahead of them. But it'll all work itself out. All you got to do is put your head down, go to work, because you got another opportunity this weekend on the road in the SEC to go improve your resume.
Only 2 undefeated SEC teams, guys. How about that? Only 2 undefeated. Can't wait to talk to Lucci this week. It's on, Billy. Let's go.
Moffitt's going to try to fight me before the game.
Oh, man,
I'm gonna be so
dude.
annoying.
He's going to be high strung.
Up.
He's going to be high
Tommy,
strung.
just know I'm just trying to say hello. I'm just trying to hug your neck, Tommy. I'm not trying to come fight you.
Oh, man. I was thinking about it. Do I even text him this week? I don't know. I don't know. It's a little too real.
It's real.
Might have just let it chill for a week and then like a couple weeks and maybe, get in touch later on or something. All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and look at college football as a whole, recap what happened over the weekend. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to the Queen of Baton Rouge, thequeenbr.com, thequeenbr.com. The best casino in BR, right down there downtown. Very easy to get to. Renoed top to bottom, guys. Looks absolutely fantastic right now. And if you're talking about your home for football, it's the new DraftKings Sportsbook. It's so cool, dude. Giant booths to hang out in. You got all the games on wall-to-wall TV, sound in there. And because, it's a casino, instead of just winning on your phone, it's cash in, cash out, baby. You hit them player props, whatever. Look, you walk away with that green. It feels good. Green at the Queen. And they got 1717 restaurant and lounge, great food, drink options. It's all there for you. Destination for football, the Queen.
It is your ultimate football destination, T, and you'll be blown away, like T-Bob said. I mean, top to bottom renovations. It's an incredible setup. I mean, the DraftKings Sportsbook app, just sit there, watch games all day long. TheQueenBR.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. a family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram can get you in a new 2024 Ram 1500 truck for only $32,898. $32,898 for a new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best kept secret.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. So, since your LSU Tigers currently leading the SEC, maybe we should take some looks around the block on, what else happened in the SEC over the weekend. The big game, Georgia, Texas, and Austin at night. I was so locked into the LSU game. I kind of saw this from afar. After the show today, I'm going to go rewatch this to be ready to break it down more in depth. But statement game from the Bulldogs, right? And it's just a classic, and I understand why we did it, because Georgia has looked fallible this year. And I don't mean in that they lost a game, but it's not been overwhelming dominance statistically. They've been middle of the pack defensively, which has been wild to see. They don't have playmakers on offense. They are flawed by Georgia standards. What this game proves, though, is Georgia standards are still astronomical, right? Yeah. So they may be flawed judging against their teams of the past, but don't get too fat and happy up there, because it's still Georgia. And the country still needs to prove, Jake, that any team not named Alabama can beat Georgia, because for whatever reason, nobody not named Alabama can beat them.
Yeah, and look, this was a day, so they went 30-15 on a day where Carson Beck throws for 175 yards, 4.3 yards per attempt, and 3 interceptions, no touchdowns.
Curb.
Not one.
Defense.
All right, it was the defense and I don't want to say the defense alone because I thought ETN had a nice day. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground and really was efficient. But the defense and the looks that they gave, you and I were talking about during one of the breaks, they showed so many different things, and they had Texas in a spin cycle, and they couldn't figure it out. Now, this is a really good Texas offensive line. It wasn't like they just lined up and beat them. They beat them with what they were doing, and it was a masterclass of how to double A mug in every possible way that you can. And me and Flynn and T-Bob talk about it all the time. It is a headache when they just line up in it. So when they're finding ways to get to it like they did, Texas had no answer. Now, teams down the road are going to know they got to get ready for that, but what a 1-week play call and a design. Just like we talked about with Blake Baker and the old Maryland Eye on defense. Well, teams are going to be ready for that now, and so we'll see, where that goes in the future. It's not going to catch teams
but
off guard.
you build packages off it, right? Like the Maryland Eye, he gave you the 2 different looks. Like Kirby, this is all going to be you. It's like poetry. Like it echoes. It kind of echoes itself in many ways.
He had so many turnovers for Texas. I mean, what was it, 4 total? I think you had 3 fumbles. And
help
a pick.
me out here. Did they bench Quinn Ewers or did he get hurt?
No,
they benched him, right?
He said he was going to bring Arch in for a spark, and you can tell like the moment was big for Arch.
Wow.
I don't like when they did it. I would have done it coming right out of halftime, calm him down a little bit. They do it going into halftime, right at the end of the first half.
Odd.
I thought that was an impossible situation. I'd have done it coming out of halftime.
Also, look, we did say it last week, right? Ewers was a little shaky in his return against Oklahoma. You end up dominating, but he didn't look great. And that struggling kind of continues. So now, Sark, I hope the spark was worth it because you just juiced up those conversations. You just poured like gasoline on the quarterback controversy fire. And now it's all your entire team's going to answer questions about for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Arch didn't do anything, to go and it's his job. He was 3 of 6, 19 yards. But to your point, T, it doesn't really matter. The fact that it happened
you
is
took
only
out
going to
Quinn
be the
Ewers.
conversation.
I thought it was not close that Quinn Ewers was the quarterback of this team.
Yeah.
I would have never fathomed this year that in a big moment he would be subbed out for Arch simply because of playing.
Do you want to hear what Sark had to say about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, don't you, little Texas girl?
My feeling was that the game was I felt Quinn was a little uneasy, and, I just felt like giving him a chance to kind of step back, regroup. I didn't know if we'd get a series or 2 with Arch, depending on how much time was remaining in the half on the clock. So we just told Quinn, we said, hey, we're going to go with Arch here, give you a chance to get into the locker room, let's regroup, and then come back out in the second half. And so that's what we did. And I felt like it was effective. I thought Quinn came out and played a much better second half and played well in the third quarter. Quinn's our starting quarterback. I appreciate the fact that we're fortunate enough to have a backup like Arch that can come into the game and provide a spark in some sense. But at the end of the day,
there you go.
Right? Like his wordiness there kind of letting you know he knows the can of worms that he opened up with that decision. It kind of like, everybody come down. I was just testing it out, I was just doing a little something. No big deal, even though you're all going to ask me about it. So massive win for UJ on the road, saying not so fast, my friends. And then the other big one of the day, Alabama, Tennessee. And I don't hate this because it makes me very happy because I hate Alabama. But I do hate this because he's insufferable at the best of times. But, Moscona's Bama is burning take is per Bama standards, this team is going freaking through it right now. 3 weeks in a row where they could have lost 2 of 3 losses. First time they've lost 2 games pre-November since 2007, Nick Saban's first year. And the thing is, Jake, it wasn't like Tennessee looked great. Tennessee was good, but they looked a lot like the flawed Tennessee in many of the ways that we knew them to be flawed.
Yeah.
Only Alabama was more flawed and looked awful. And that Tennessee defense that I kind of lost faith in stepped up in a massive way. And a lot of the preseason concerns are coming home to roost. What you talked about all offseason, Jake, a lack of weapons for Alabama. Jalen Miller really struggling to find, okay, who do I trust beyond Ryan Williams? There is no one right now. And despite having a lead, it felt like for a lot of that game, Tennessee shutting the door. I mean, outscoring Alabama 24-10 in the second half.
Yeah.
Statement win at home, second win in a row in Knoxville.
Yeah,
for the Vols.
Actually, was a little bit of a rock fight. Like when you, I don't know how much you've had a chance to watch. And
I did watch that one. Absolute rock fight.
Yeah,
dirty, nasty game.
It was. Imaliava is somebody that I think we crowned a little too early.
He's
and you
young.
can tell
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
young.
for
He's
sure.
going through. You can see the skill set for sure. But defenses are confusing him right now. If they do anything outside of just line up in it, they're confusing him. And we'll see if he's able to get past that within this season. But the good thing for him is he can turn around. He can hand the ball off to Dylan Sampson, who's incredible. Like, that's a guy that grew up not that far from this station right now and played high school football here, and he is a stud. He had another big day on the ground. And when Tennessee's going well, that's who they are. They're running the football. They're running it at a high clip. And then you made enough plays. Was it Thornton that had the big 50-yarder, and then Brew McCoy had a big day? So you made enough plays. It wasn't clean, but when you're running the ball like that, you're going to have a chance. You're going to have an opportunity. And Tennessee's not where I thought they would be at this point, but it's still a big win to try to get them back on track. And in Alabama,
Definitely rights the ship for them in a big way.
It does. It stops the bleeding for sure.
Yes, after 2 really sketchy weeks.
But now you look at Alabama, it doesn't ease up. I mean, you're going to have Missouri. Look, Missouri's not the team we thought they were. They still got 1 loss. And then you got to go to Tiger Stadium. So you got 2 more games right here for Alabama where they certainly could end up with another loss.
Ooh, let's go, dude. In Tiger Stadium. Absolutely freaking love it, dude. Oh, yeah, and I guess I forgot to mention this in the Texas game. So, all the fans just started throwing a bunch of trash on the field?
Yeah, it was they called a pass interference on the pick that ended it. He got tackled inside the 10-yard line. Granted, it was not pass interference, and they were probably going to meet anyways. The thing that looked bad is they met after the Texas fans threw trash on the field. Then they said it wasn't pass interference. So, it looked like you were almost setting a precedent of like, hey, if you throw a fit and throw trash on the field, we'll overturn the call. But I actually think they made the correct call.
Spoiled-ass Texas fans. Good. I'm glad that they had. I'm glad that they got punished in that way. What do you do with a child when they throw trash on the ground? You punish him.
They rewarded them for that, though.
Oh, I thought you said
the pass interference. Texas gets the pick, tackled at the 10. They called pass interference.
Yeah.
Texas fans start throwing bottles on the field because it was a bad call.
Oh,
so the refs just wave it off and say no pass interference.
Well, I did see a quote, and I'll see if I can vet this even more. But I did see a quote where the head official told Kirby that it was actually offensive pass interference. They just said it wrong. And,
that makes sense.
And that was the reason
so basically
why
they just decline it at that point. Yeah. It's just poor timing is the thing. Like, it was probably going to go that way anyways.
Kirby's going to use it as a rallying cry for forever.
The other thing that this team, the other thing that this game gave us was new meme king, and that is sad, big hair, Texas Conway Twitty kid with his little smush face and his little fraternal sense of entitlement and his big old hair looking
That's
so
a big
sad.
old hairball.
Oh, God, it was so good, dude. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, we'll finish wrapping up the SEC.
Off the bench.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Hey, guys, not to brag, if you see somebody rolling around in a C Gym Toyota Camry, that's your boy. That's right. So my car's in the shop right now. I need to get new tires, everything else. So a couple days stay. What do I do? Well, rental cars are right there on site at All Star Toyota. And what do they have available? I could have chosen between gray or C Gym. It's like a turquoise sort. It's beautiful. So holler at me when you see me on the road this weekend. Or I think it's till tomorrow. But shout out All Star, man. Get my car in, get it fixed, ready immediately. The best.
Like he said, the rental department is right there on site. So if you're heading to College Station this weekend, he's got another point, though.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I promised Miss Lee Sessions, the rental department, big trunk or treat going down this Saturday at All Star. Be telling you about it all week. Bring out the kids. All Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The only thing scary about the deals at Bayou Ford is if you miss out on them, like $15,000 off F-150. Bayou Ford has $15,000 off Ford F-150. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, let's get to the rest of these SC games real quick. In a matchup that was like the Spider-Man meme, A&M Mississippi State, literally wearing what looked like the exact same uniforms, just swapped with like jerseys and helmets. A&M wins 34-24. This Mississippi State team is a little frisky, Jake. They're
finally. This is kind of what we thought they would be all season long.
Yeah, like the record's awful. I get that. They're not good, but it's a far cry from last year where they're at least playing better. There should be some hope for the future, but obviously just, not there yet. And A&M too strong, 34-24 winners.
Yeah, I thought Mississippi State would be the let's get weird team. We're going to lose 60-42, but you know what? We're going to get somebody, and they might. I mean, they're getting closer and closer. It started out way slower than I thought it would, getting housed by Toledo and Arizona State. But now they're kind of the team I thought they would be, and I think they'll get one before the end of the year.
Mizzou comes back at home to beat Auburn down 17-3. They score 15 points in the fourth. Auburn continues to put on master classes of finding ways to lose. Also, that Auburn offense is god-awful. Considering Hugh Freeze is supposed to be an offensive guy, the only thing offensive about that offense is the offense itself.
I believe you called it a war crime.
I did. Yes, I did call it a war crime.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, they got the punt at one point in the game, up 17-6, or maybe they're up 3. No, they're up 3 at this time. But Mizzou punts to Auburn. Auburn starts the drive at the Mizzou 37, and they end it punting from the Mizzou 40.
Yeah.
unbelievable. Chance to win the game, and that's pathetic.
We talk about Florida and we talk about Billy Napier. Let's talk about the Auburn football program and Hugh Freeze. They are as below average as Florida's been over the last 4 years, and that is a proud program that has won national championships not that long ago, played for another. They aren't close. They're not related to the Auburn program that we've known.
South Carolina just smashes Oklahoma in Norman 35-9. Oklahoma's the worst offense in the SEC. And I don't know, man. Oklahoma now 1-3 in the conference, staring at a second losing season in 3 years, just staring it in the face. And I know, not everything has to go back to, a head coaching conversation, but real awkward spot for how Oklahoma fans feel about Brent Venables. Remember, you give him the extension this offseason, which at the time I said, okay, I don't hate it because it was 10 wins. He still doesn't make, you just basically brought his salary up to Mark Stoops level. That makes sense. But what we said was we don't know the buyout yet. Let's see what that is. Now we do. His buyout is $44 million. So you don't like him, Oklahoma fans? Sorry, he ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
And shout out Beamer. Shout out Beamer. That's more important here. Shout out Beamer. This is a damn good South Carolina team who I don't know what their record's going to end up being, but they're very good.
See, whether the only loss that they've had where they just kind of got ran out of the building was Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean, LSU lost very close, obviously, field goal at the end. Alabama lost. I mean, this is a really good football team that's got some dudes on it, certainly defensively in the front seven that we talk about. And they don't get all of them back next year, but they're at least in a good spot.
Vanderbilt taking care of business against Ball State, 24-14.
A little hairy, tied in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but again, everything with Vanderbilt is in the past. This is a game they lose. Probably. So, or that they don't just handle. So credit to him. Wait, is Vanderbilt undefeated in the SEC?
No, they lost to Missouri in overtime.
Okay. So I'm not doing. Okay, I'm making sure we're doing a stolen ballot thing. And then the Gators, man, taking care of Kentucky, 48-20. Ooh, Mark, you're trying. I mean, you really tempted me here, bud. Come on now. I don't love Florida getting any juice, but God, real bad news for Big Blue Nation.
I didn't watch. You might watch this game.
No,
I was.
I will watch it after the show today to catch up. Just real quick peruse. But God, Kentucky's down bad right now, man.
Yep,
down very badly. All right, shout out Chris Doring though. I'm happy for you. All right, that'll do it for hour number 2 of Off the Bench. We got weekend winners kicking off hour 3. Hold the mail, push you back to tomorrow. So we'll talk NFL hour number 3 as well. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Accutemp Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com. You want any AC, heating, or electrical needs? Go with Baton Rouge's best. And that's Accutemp at Baton Rouge. Service, residential, commercial systems, we do it all. And we do it all with service to the highest degree. And that's not just a marketing slogan. It is the guiding light, the ethos, the mission statement of Accutemp. And that's why their reviews are so high. Because everything is about serving you, getting the job done correctly, efficiently, but most importantly, with you feeling like they did everything they could to make it as good an experience every single step of the way. Go to AccutempBatonRouge.com.
Yeah, proud partner of LSU Athletics, and you see it right there on the van when they pull up, and also something you know about that van when they pull up, who's inside of it, who's working on your home. You get a profile. You get to know that person, and you're going to check out Accutemp's reviews online, AccutempBR.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
You can't rely on technology. You can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, October 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect sunny skies with a high of 86. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. And we'll recap the weekend that was in the NFL. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Happy Halloween! Welcome into Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota.
Enter at your own risk.
We're bringing you the spookiest sports talk in town. With Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
It might even horrify you.
Live from the haunted Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Welcome back to OTB, where the scariest thing this hour will be Taylor's takes, because they're awful. We do have a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day coming up, so look forward to that. Ooh, this It Follows music always gets me fired up to do a good hour radio. Shout out.
What's It Follow?
It's an impressively bad joke there.
Thank you.
It's an impressive joke. Which is par for the course of the show.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
It's kind of my
I
wheelhouse.
thought that
for
was
sure.
my
for
company.
Sure. For sure. I agree.
Thank you.
You are the company you keep. Taylor, any scary movies for you this weekend?
Yeah, watched Sinister last night. Did a little rewatch with the family. We're doing a family movie night every Sunday.
Sinister.
I love Taylor's
Sinister, a
family
little
setup.
rewatch with the family.
Yeah, the one where like the whole family gets
we haven't
killed.
talked about this.
Oh,
We're
is
doing
that
a,
so? Yeah, wait, that's the one that is literal. It's like wait. So help me out here. There's a family dynamic in Sinister.
Yes,
in the
it's-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole family dies except for the dad.
What a classic Sharp family get together.
Yeah, we do. We've done it. So third week in a row. My dad wanted to do like scary movie night every Sunday. We meet up at somebody's house.
Man,
it's our third
I am
week.
so
Or wait, was
jealous,
it the dad
dude.
or the son? I don't remember.
Well, we
It's
don't
neither.
spoil the
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
Don't
okay.
spoil the movie, guys. But
Sinister's old.
I know.
Yeah, that's from like 2009. Like, spoilers are out the window. at that.
2009, that long ago?
Something like that.
Wow,
Something like that.
I feel old now.
Great movie.
Oh, wait, I remember that. It's got Ethan Hawke in it.
Yes. Ethan
Hawke,
yeah, I remember that movie now. Yeah, that's a fun movie.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, the son was the decoy. It was the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Either
2012.
way-
2012.
Okay, either way, I just hope one day that my kids like me enough and we live close enough to do similar things. Because
I do. I'm the same way. Like, I hope my children live in the same city. Obviously, like, we don't live with any family, and so like we don't have that. Like, I would love like a Sunday lunch every other week.
Oh, it'd be cool, dude.
Oh, it'd be great.
If I lived on my family, I'd probably be with them every day.
From
For
my
sure.
sister,
But certainly like
who's-
once a week, we're doing this family thing.
Yeah.
My sister's the northernmost house. I guess I'm the southernmost in Walker, and we are less than, like, from her house to my house, it's less than 8 miles.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like,
Oh,
my
man,
parents
that
are in
makes me
between
so
there. My
happy.
uncle's in between there.
I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
We're all like right there.
That'd be fantastic. Aaron Rodgers, 29th straight game without throwing for 300 yards.
Shout out.
Glad they got rid of their head coach, though. He was really holding them back.
Yeah. God, Jets. Losers. All right. Let's dive in to some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that?
Win the whole thing.
All right. My first weekend winner, the AP Top 25 poll. How about it, dude? Vanderbilt ranked. First time that Vandy's been ranked since, I believe, 2013. Also, the end of that poll has Vanderbilt, Army, and Navy all on there. Really fantastically weird stuff there. Love that.
I mean, what in the option are we doing?
I know, dude. How
All
about
those
this?
teams run variations of the option.
So Vandy ranked, yeah, exactly. But Vandy ranked, shout out to them, breaking their streak.
Absolutely.
Indiana up to number 13 in the country. We'll get to Indiana more, but this is the first poll to feature Vandy and Indiana since November 15th, 1937. Been nearly 100 years since these two teams have been ranked at the same time. Also, side note here, weekend loser, Neil Brown. Come on now, Neil. With Vandy getting into the AP Top 25, there's only 3 teams that since 2019 have never found their way to the top 25. West Virginia is one of them. Absolutely pathetic. Do you think y'all can name either of the other two?
This is Power 4, you said?
Yes. Yeah, Power 4 schools that have not been ranked in the top 25 since 2019. There's only 3.
Stanford?
No, they have been, I guess.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
They're not on this list.
There's no way.
And these are tough. You would not actually guess these, I don't think.
Hold on. Maryland.
No.
Okay, I'm done.
You want to take one shot?
Northwestern.
No, Northwestern's been ranked
no,
for sure.
No.
Yeah.
You want to take a shot on
No.
that?
Is there an ACC school?
No.
Oh.
Big 12 and Big 10.
Big 12 gets fuzzy.
I know. Texas Tech is the Big 12. It hasn't been
Wow.
ranked. Isn't that weird? I know.
That
That's what I'm
is
saying. You never
weird.
get. And then Rutgers hasn't been ranked since 2019.
Okay. I
How
would
weird
not
is
have guessed
that?
Rutgers. I thought last year they would have been
I agree.
at some point.
Either way, AP poll continues to be awesome in this new democratized version of college football. Shut up. It's really to Vandy.
Yeah, mostly to Vandy.
Yeah.
A shout out to them. And Clark Lee, remember, he played fullback. All right,
How can we forget?
weekend loser, any coach that was struggling because they got fired or they stepped down. Utah OC, Andy Ludwig, he steps down. You told us that, right? As we went to break, and that makes sense. Their offense has been just awful. But to step down, it must have been even worse than we thought. You had Luttrell get fired as the OC of Oklahoma.
Oof.
You had Southern Miss fired their coach, Will Hall. He was 14-30 in his career there at Southern Miss. East Carolina, they fired Mike Houston. So we had 4 coaches, 2 assistants, 2 OCs, 2 head coaches no longer there, and we are only in going into week 9 of college football.
Where's Neil Brown on that list? Where are you at, Neil? You need to be out.
Look, y'all don't need to fire Neil because I don't need y'all taking my co-host on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Bring the old boy back. Oh man.
All right,
Neil Brown got an extension in March. Okay, great.
Dang.
All right, cool. Go ahead, Alondra.
Weekend winner for me. I know we talked about him like all this morning, but Whit Weeks just had a great game Saturday night. That interception, the deflection, the celly, but also he leads the SEC in tackles with 68. So shout out Whit Weeks.
He leads the SEC overall.
Yeah.
In tackles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, he had 30
the
last 2 weeks.
How do you he had 12?
He had 12
Yes, Saturday.
Yeah, and then he had 18 against Ole Miss. No, he had 9 yesterday.
Man,
Or,
that's
I
great.
mean Saturday.
Leads the SEC,
I don't know what day it is.
and he was only playing a third of the snaps for the first few games.
Yeah. Which is what were we doing? Why wasn't he out there the whole game?
Because I mean, look,
I know.
They
I know why.
had to learn their
It was
personnel.
rhetorical.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it is indicative of the growth of this team.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Tay.
Shout
What
out
do you
Blake
got?
Baker.
Try not to suck.
Don't suck.
Okay, well, y'all may hate this one then. No, I'm not going to go winner or loser. I want y'all's opinion. Is this a winner or a loser?
Okay.
Illinois' football
Loser.
uniforms over this
Oh, no, big winner.
this past weekend. Okay, so
Yes, big winner. Alondra, you're being a straight
I'm a little
hater.
bit mixed
They're
on it. These helmets right here, winners.
Yeah.
These uniforms can go away.
What are you
The helmets
talking
themselves
about?
are great.
It was just
Jerseys
it was a
awful.
tribute to what it was. Though.
I know, that's
what they
I'm
used
saying.
to
Those
wear.
I get
freaking
what it is.
These
It's just ugly.
Gen Z TikTokers over
No,
here.
love the
Oh, yeah,
helmet.
I get on TikTok every day.
I love the throwback. I love them honoring a team, and I love going out there and whipping Michigan's ass.
You whip Michigan's
So
ass
ugly.
in a physical fight like that with these leather helmets on? Are you kidding me?
The
they're
ability
not
to
leather,
make
they're
that helmet
painted.
look legitimately
I hate
leather,
you.
like by itself is good.
Be quiet, Alondra. I hate you right now.
T-Ball's been turning on me like the last.
No,
Yes, you have.
no, that is
You
not
have.
true.
Hold on, don't
And
get a
that's fine.
sensitivity
That
fine.
is
I'm not getting sick.
that
I'm
is
just saying you
not
have been
true.
turning on me.
No.
You know
I just-
why? But I'm about to tell you why you don't get sensitive about it. Because he does this every year. You know why?
What?
He hangs out with Moscona too much.
No. It's because
That's what it is.
It's because that's a good attack angle by you. I'm sorry. It's because Texas was on the big stage.
Yeah. And they
And
lost. So,
when
like,
Texas is on the big stage, of course, I'm going to give Alondra more crap.
but yeah, these.
And also, I
uniforms are
disagree
disgusting.
hard with you on these.
They're
I do.
really
I do
ugly.
too. I
Yeah.
love the throwback.
And that's fine. Like, I
do
get why they
throwback.
did it, and I get it's a tribute, but it's an ugly tribute.
Yeah, I'm a little in the middle. I agree with her. The uniform's ugly. The ability to design the helmet to where it legitimately looks
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
cool.
leather, I like the
Very
helmet.
cool.
I don't like
I
the
can't
unis. I do
wait
like the
to see
helmet.
Army and Navy's
Again,
uniforms
but
this
it's
year.
especially tight because they just went and played a game that felt like it should have been played with these uniforms.
Yeah. That's a great point. And they are in the playoff conversation now.
Yeah, shout out Bert. God,
If he knows one thing, we've said it, how to win in that conference.
it's crazy. All right, my next weekend winner, Indiana. What a win for Cignetti, 56-7.
They beat your boys.
They beat the
in
hell
every way.
out of Nebraska. Look, Indiana's offense. Now we'll get to Curtis Rourke in a second. Indiana's offense and Curtis Rourke, one of the best in the entire country. Full stop. No qualifications needed. If Curtis Rourke is healthy, which he's going to be out for an indefinite amount of time, Jake, which is super lame.
I
They
know.
expect him to return in 2024. He had his thumb on a helmet. I really hope this isn't too serious because what an awful way for this season to get arrested if that's what ends up happening. But if he is healthy, Indiana is right there with the big three in terms of legitimate playoff contenders. I'm willing to stand on that. They've had 80 starts from transfers. That is the most in the country. I believe he brought over about half his transfers came from JMU, but he kind of kept where they were strong, like the offensive line. It's 4 or 5 returning starters from last year.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the guy just knows how to coach. But that offense, the design, the different things it makes you account for. I mean, even when Rourke went out, the backup came in and dominated too. Like, it's just and every time I watch him, the defense kicks ass. Kamara leading the Big Ten in sacks. I mean, he's just a havoc wreaker. So shout out Cignetti in Indiana, man. What a win. 56-7 over Nebraska.
Curtis Warwick, by the way, like second in the country right now in QBR.
Yeah.
Like highly efficient.
And to Horvath. So really like he's the highest rate in terms of quarterback rating, like not QBR, like, the traditional one.
Right.
He's the highest rate in the entire country right now.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned Horvath because he was actually going to be my next weekend winner along with Bryson Daly. So we talk about Navy, we talk about Army. I think we need to give some love to these quarterbacks. Both are top 4 in QBR in the country. That's for me. I use QBR as how efficient are you?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and both of those guys are in the top 4. And let's look at what they did just this week. So Bryson Daly, Army's quarterback, 7 of 10, 147 yards and a touchdown in the air. 31 carries for 171 yards. You know how many touchdowns he scored, T?
God. No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
What?
5.
So he threw for 1 and ran for 5?
Hope y'all appreciate Chappelle's show.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I hope people notice that this is not fluky. This is a total team effort, but it's these quarterbacks. Bryson Daly for Army. Let's go to Navy. Let's go to Blake Horvath. He was 7 of 13, 172 yards, 3 scores through the air. I mean, they're doing it a different way. It's not just on the ground. Now, he had 56 rushing yards, but they are putting the ball, because of the rule. The rule changes. You can't cut block like you once did.
Yeah.
And they're no longer just, hey, we're going to run triple option. Do they run option? They do, but not near like they used to. Now they're running option at a gun with multiple options to throw the football, not just 3 options to run the football. It has been highly impressive watching both the service academies, and it's not just the offense, it's the defenses as well. One of these teams will get Notre Dame. I don't know which one's going to happen, but if Notre Dame beats both these teams, they deserve to be back in the conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, those would be 2 quality wins for sure. Anything else, guys, back there?
Yeah, weekend winner for me. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Ricky Pearsall came back, had his first NFL catch after being shot in the offseason and being out for the first 6 games. He came back, and he helped them in a big way because Deebo Samuel.
Did he come out to Miniman?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be.
I don't know.
Isn't that what Bijan did? And then I thought somebody else did that recently too. Doesn't matter. Anyway, go ahead, Tim.
Deebo Samuel, 10 minutes before the game started, actually got sick and did not play in this game. They were already down Jawan Jennings, and he went in there and made some crucial catches for him in his first action. So shout out to Ricky Pearsall.
Say, Rick.
Alondra, anything else?
Y'all aren't going to like this one, but weekend winner Juan Soto and the Yankees. They were tied in the 10th versus the Indians.
That's another thing that's been going awry.
And Juan Soto with a 3-run home run to give him the win, 5-2. Sent him to the World Series. Since the first time.
You know me, I'm
in
jealous.
a really long time.
I'm jealous of big market teams. I never want them to do well. But it is a TV executive's dream.
It's really, I was about to say, it's really funny because it's like the 2 biggest brands in the MLB in the World Series, and it's also like evil versus evil. Like
it keeps the entire country
hates the Yankees and the Dodgers.
True.
Yeah, because you're gonna hate watch or hate talk about it.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah,
but it does have that like classic baseball, America's pastime feel. I mean, it's freaking Yankees.
I'm really
Dodgers,
excited about it. Yeah,
That-
and
yeah,
they
that's
pulled
true.
the
Good
classic
point.
Kirk Cousins walking your trap, take over your trap. Did that at Cleveland.
That classic Kirko move.
Yeah.
Where was it yesterday? Were they in Seattle's trap?
Yeah, 34-14.
They lost, right?
They were.
Yeah,
they came
got
home
that
though.
ass beat.
Yeah.
They were in their own trap.
They did
They were
not.
in their own trap.
Yeah.
Okay,
Seattle
so
took
their
over the
trap
trap.
got taken over.
Seattle took over
That's
the trap.
crazy.
I don't know what Seattle is, by the way. They're hit or miss.
Oh,
so good one
sorry.
weekend, so average the next.
I think I said Indians. Sorry.
Guardians.
Cleveland.
You're good.
Guardians.
Whatever.
My next weekend winner, BYU. This is kind of random, but winning on a badass. I had lost it. I didn't see this till recently.
Winning when you didn't have your fastball either.
Yeah. Bad day.
Yeah.
You're losing Oklahoma State. And that's an Oklahoma State team that's certainly bad and kind of disappointing. But, like, we know, given the quality of who they were last year, where they have, like, on the right day, they can still beat anybody in the Big 12.
No doubt.
And they had you on the ropes at home, and you find a way to come up with a last-second touchdown to win the game. One of the best crowd pops you'll see over the entire weekend if you're going to go watch a fun highlight.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And those are games you have to win like that, where you don't have your best stuff and you got to just find a way. And they did against, again, a team that has a lot of the pieces back, a team that played for the Big 12 championship last year. BYU certainly fully in the conversation in the playoff in the Big 12. Weekend winner for me, because I feel like we talk about all the great receivers from LSU in the NFL, but this guy, kind of gets put like to the side a little bit, is Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah. He had another big game this weekend. They're in London, playing in Wembley against the Patriots. He had 5 catches, 89 yards, 18 per catch, had another score, going against a really good young corner as well. So Brian Thomas Jr., he might not get the headlines that Jets and Jamar and even Malik get, but he is right there in that conversation.
Well, Malik was definitely the best rookie receiver pre-injury. Now, injury, it's Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
And here's hoping that Jaden Daniels' injury is not serious as well. He's getting further testing today. But again, guys, if you had Blake Baker last year, you had an Natty. 1,000%. I mean, you had freaking Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, and Jaden Daniels all playing college football. That is absurd. Also, shout out Keyshawn Booty. I saw Thomas and Booty do a jersey swap.
Yeah,
he's getting going.
He had a big catch.
Yeah. Keyshawn's been kind of showing out a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I thought his career was dead.
You did?
I honestly did.
What, the betting stuff and
betting stuff, and like the vibes are just bad around him leaving college, the beginning of the NFL career. But no, it's coming together well.
Yeah.
Very happy for him to overcome all that. All right, that'll do it for weekend winners, guys. Coming up next, let's talk NFL, and we got Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day coming up. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. Pinnacle Exterior Construction is your home for all of your outdoor construction needs, right? So you want to build an outdoor kitchen. You want to build a completely custom pool, or maybe choose from some of their spec pools where you choose detail work around the edges, still make it your own. You want to build any size or type of fence, pergolas, bulkheads, anything, turf, putting greens. It's all at PEC. Okay, we build the spaces, you build the memories. And the quality of work, their artisanship is second to none. That's why you really need to go to the website and check out the gallery. Go to PECbuilt.com today.
Yeah, always remember it is residential and commercial. All the things that they do, right? If you need a fence at your business, if you want to, change up the outdoor space of your business, if you want to put turf at your business, like all the things they do, they can do it at your home or your business. Check out the website, PECbuilt.com.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
So here's what a playoff would look like if it started today, guys. To start to get excited about what we got. Whether we in it or not, it's going to be fun. But right now, Oregon would be the 1 seed. Georgia would, have the bye. And this is assuming these teams win the conference championship, right?
Yeah.
Oregon 1. Georgia would have a bye itself. They'd be the 2 seed. Miami would have a bye. They'd be the 3 seed. And then Iowa State would have a bye as the 4 seed. You would have Penn State playing host to Boise in round number 1. You'd have Texas playing host to Clemson. You'd have Ohio State playing host to BYU. And you'd have Tennessee playing host to LSU. Whoa! That'd be fun, bro. That's what I'm talking about. The first 5 out right now, Notre Dame, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, and Kansas State. So, we gonna see.
Still a lot of opportunity for movement. Still, like if your team is in the top 25 right now, you've got a chance. You have an opportunity. So don't panic. Your team still has, like you look at, Pitt's still undefeated, and they're sitting there at 19. Illinois still got a chance. They're 6-1. SMU has a chance. They're in fact, if SMU, continues to win, they could end up in an ACC championship game potentially, and if they win, they're a 4 seed.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
which I don't know the tiebreakers in the ACC, and that's going to be something to pay attention to because SMU has at Duke, Pitt, Boston College, at UVA, and Cal left on their schedule. Okay, so no Miami, no Clemson. For Clemson, they've got Louisville, Virginia Tech, Pitt, the Citadel, South Carolina.
Ooh, that's
okay.
some tough games,
so
actually,
no Miami though.
Yeah, no
and
Miami.
no SMU.
Yeah.
All right, and some tough games they have, like South Carolina's not.
So you're
a
saying like the
game.
top 3 teams won't have head-to-heads to go off of?
Yeah. So and then Miami is Florida State, Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Syracuse. So if they all run the table, I don't know what the tiebreaker would be. Like Miami being undefeated, would that?
That would definitely. I don't know.
And
we have to look up the
SMU's loss is BYU, who's undefeated, and then of course Clemson's is Georgia.
And Clemson looks really good right now, guys. So fun times right now in college football. Massive game coming up this weekend for your Tigers. Like if you win this game this weekend, I think you can actually really start to give yourself over to playoff fantasies. For now, though, we hold and we lock in for this upcoming road trip to College Station. If you're going on a road trip, head over to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. All-Star Toyota has the service center, the body shop, it's open to all makes and models, okay? Doesn't have to be All-Star, doesn't have to be Toyota. They got you. They got excellent, quick, estimates, great lines of communication where they can text or call you. They don't do anything without you giving the approval. They let you know exactly what's going on. And if you're like me, my car ended up being, needing a little more than I thought. So it has to stay there a couple days. And what I do, I go to see Miss Lee Sessions and I get an excellent rental. I'm in that C Gem. It's like a turquoise Camry. Holler at me when you see me this weekend. Impossible to miss. And then check out this Saturday night, the trunk or treat going down at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. You want to bring the kids out, have a good time, get some candy. We did a trunk or treat yesterday, and with my daughter, and it was fantastic. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got the time. Sorry, I was still on time. 5 to 7 p.m. this Saturday. Candies, games, fun. Come out to All-Star Toyota trunk or treat. All right, let's talk a little NFL, guys. Let's start by going to Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Tay, hit me with it.
Nothing like getting controversial on a Monday, guys.
Taylor, hit me with the story of the day.
So the Cleveland Browns lose and Deshaun Watson plays poorly. Neither of those things should be any sort of a surprise. But Deshaun Watson leaves the game with an injury, and it has since come out that he has torn his Achilles. He's likely gone for the year.
You could see it.
The thing is, the home crowd in Cleveland actually started cheering when Deshaun Watson went down with an injury. And they booed him coming out of the tunnel pregame. So there are clearly some feelings there. My thing is, Myles Garrett, Jameis Winston, Kevin Stefanski, and even LeBron James, because you know it's his business as well, came out and said, hey, guys, don't boo Deshaun Watson. Let's have a little bit of empathy. Let's have a little bit of compassion. Guys, honestly, kind of the wrong person to say that about. Like, maybe just stay out of this one. Maybe just leave it alone. Like, let's not forget what happened before you sign him. You cut all of your good players. You signed him on a $230 million fully guaranteed contract. And the guy statistically has been the worst starting quarterback in the NFL this year. So let's back off of that a little bit.
It is interesting, even if you take off the off-the-field stuff, which that's what makes it really interesting for guys to come out and defend himself, especially like Jameis. I love Jameis, right? But Jameis has a history of some accusations kind of in that realm as well,
pass a little bit at Florida State.
But even if you take all the off-the-field stuff, it's like, to Taylor's point, you can still understand why the fans are booing him and whatnot. So I get. I mean, Jameis was passionate in his and granted, look, he's coming from the perspective of like, look, I'm not going to tear others down. I want to lift people up, and I understand where he's coming from. But a bold choice to be sure. For Cleveland fans, though, the season probably like the Jameis experience. It always feels like it's going to go a bit better than it does, but it will be better than the Deshaun experience. So I do believe that.
It's funny, Dorian Thompson-Robinson actually came into the game before Jameis when Deshaun Watson went down. He actually got hurt too, so Jameis now the only healthy quarterback on the Cleveland Browns team.
But then Jameis led the touchdown drive.
Yeah, now he went 5 of 11, but yes, he did have a touchdown pass, so he was shaky as well. But I think it's more than just Deshaun Watson. Like, I think this team is just booing this entire franchise.
Yeah,
because to your point, you could say, take the off-the-field issue off. They gave money to a guy that, hasn't performed. These allegations were out there before they gave him the contract. Yeah. You knew all of this about him before you gave him $230 million fully guaranteed contract. Like, it goes beyond Deshaun Watson. They are booing this entire franchise as they should.
And who was the other front office that was willing to do it?
The Saints.
There's 2.
Oh, the Falcons were 2. Let's not come on. There were 3.
Saints, Falcons, and Browns.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons also drafted a quarterback 8 after signing 1, 2. A big deal.
Pretty awful franchises, top to bottom.
Wait, so only awful franchises would get a repeat sex offender?
Alleged.
Yeah, weird.
Alleged.
Weird.
But
alleged.
yeah. No, I mean, no, I get it. I agree with you. Whatever, sometimes life takes things out of your hands and you end up being thankful for it. That's how the Saints should feel right now. But at a time when Mickey Loomis in the front office's stock is as low as it's ever been, knowing that you were one of the others that wanted to do this does make you feel very badly.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Loomis will trade for him in the offseason. See what happens.
Trade Derek Carr. I mean, they take that trade. Right? I mean,
probably.
As bad as he is, you might take that trade.
I'd be like, hey, can we get Jameis back by chance?
The thing is, it's kind of just best for everyone, even for Deshaun himself, that this happened, which sounds awful, but, like, it's true.
It's one of those things. It's like, can I just crawl back in my hole?
Can I just go quietly
away? Can I just
go back to the side and let's just all go our separate ways here for a bit.
So right now, the order of this upcoming draft would be Patriots, Browns, Panthers, Titans, Rams, Saints.
Okay, well, at least we're trending in the right direction, though. We're climbing those draft board rankings.
Would the Saints, for the first time since Archie Manning, select a quarterback in the first round with the 6th overall pick?
Jalen Milroe, baby.
Should they? Yeah, but will they? I mean, like to your point, probably not.
Jalen Milroe. I'm just kidding. It's hard to say that in this.
Yeah, Matt's head would explode.
I know. That's why I want it.
I did see this kind of funny meme, not to laugh at other people's injuries or whatever, but it was like Kevin Stefanski, I'm not going to bench Deshaun Watson. And then it was like, God.
yeah. He's like,
yeah, you are.
Yeah, it was like, I'll just do it. I'll have to do it myself. Do y'all love the quarterbacks in this draft?
No, not the way Carson
Because
Beck played
looks
lately.
bad.
And
Ewers looks
didn't look
bad.
great. I really don't.
I mean, Nuss looks awesome.
Nuss looks good.
Shadir Sanders looks pretty good.
Shadir looks great.
He's kind of been the most consistent.
Milroe doesn't, or excuse me, Milroe doesn't look good.
I don't think Jackson Dart's not a guy that's going to be a high pick.
And then what do you think of Dylan Gabriel? You know, where the NFL scouts view him.
Yeah. He's a little tiny.
Yeah, a little bit undersized guy.
Everybody's got to be a little freaked out after Bryce Young. You know what's going on there.
So
it's like, Baker awesome, but we're not doing any more tiny quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's like, and Baker also had like an insane resume coming out of college too.
Yeah. Right now, the top 3 on ESPN.com: Shadir Sanders, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm sure those guys are going to, one of them is going to be good, but it doesn't feel as cool as maybe last year's class does.
It doesn't.
at all. Would there be anything more boring than drafting Carson Beck?
And then, like, they kind of look like Jaden looks great. Bo Nix isn't doing terrible either.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no.
Caleb Williams playing good.
Yeah,
didn't Drake May look okay yesterday?
Yesterday, I think he had like 65% completion, 260, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Like, he actually played well yesterday.
Damn, dude, you might have missed on the quarterback here, bro.
We don't know about Michael Penix, but
yeah,
I think
yeah. I mean, he's the only one that hasn't really played.
Oh, they got to bench Kirko first.
Yep.
If he can do what he did yesterday, All right, when we get back, let's continue some NFL talk, get to what happened in the league as a whole yesterday. Biggest takeaways, keep it locked on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu, ITI for, you guessed it, a better life. Because that's what this is about, taking control of your life and getting that career, that long-term stability, those bennies, everything that you want. ITI can set you on that path, man. In just 2 years, you get that degree. And look, through job fairs, connections, all those sorts of things, they have avenues to set you up with great potential to get that career that you were searching for immediately. So you want them to know you came from off the bench? Call 267-8003, 267-8003, or just head over to iticollege.edu and check out everything they offer you today.
Yeah, and we always tell you, you'll see it right there on the homepage of the website. Their campus gives you a nice shot, an overhead shot of the campus. But we encourage you, go schedule your appointment on that website. Go see them off Airline Highway today. The campus is set up for your success. iticollege.edu.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
What happened, Arkansas? Thought you were going to hog to us. Guess not.
I actually saw the sign in person.
Oh, you did? It was a good
Yeah.
sign. I mean, it is a good sign. It was funny.
Saw it in person. It was right there, like on the main drag as you drive into the stadium.
So
everybody saw it.
You know what's not a good look? Walmart logos on your field. I'm just saying.
They had Tyson and Walmart, right?
It just looks.
Yeah, it's Tyson and Walmart. Tyson's on like the
We were debating who LSU would have. I mean, Raising Cane's is the answer, right?
Yeah,
Like if they had a
I think
logo.
so.
Canes.
I don't know.
Unless we crowdfund and just put our faces on there.
MMR would be on there.
They're massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They could be an option.
They're up there on the scoreboard.
Capital One, maybe. They're like on everything.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need something a little more local than that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Regions.
I'm gonna need something a little more like.
I think MMR, Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
One more, anybody?
Maybe Rouse's. Maybe.
Simple Joe's. Anybody?
Don't think
I'd
so.
be down for that.
Yep. Blue Store. Blue Store. The new chicken shop.
Empire Wings.
Yeah. Put Empire in there. Hell yeah, dude.
Oof, I'd crush some of those.
All right, other NFL takes. Taylor, go. Say something interesting.
Bad quarterback play this past weekend.
Okay.
Like kind of
He's
across
ready.
the board.
He's ready.
Kind of across the board. We were talking.
That's because Justin Herbert hasn't played yet.
It's true.
What's going on with the Chargers right now? Because, I mean, it's clear that Jim Harbaugh only left college because he didn't want to have to deal with Kurt Signetti.
They're 3-2.
No, I'm joking. I just stole that joke from somebody.
Oh. Got the Cardinals tonight on ESPN Plus, which is like so Chargers.
Wait.
It's the first ever Monday
night football on
Well, they
ESPN
have 2 games.
Plus.
They've been doing 2 the last.
No, I know.
2, 3. Well, the big one's Ravens Bucks.
Yeah, but to put one on ESPN Plus is
the first ever.
As bad as having Walmart logos on the field. That's lame.
That sucks.
Look, we're the Bush League Bulls for a reason now.
Oh, man.
Now, do we have a great chance to be 4-2? We do. Okay.
And they're going to make you want. Oof. What else happened in the NFC South? The Seahawks beat the hell out of the Falcons.
The Panthers got their butts kicked by the Commanders.
The Commies look pretty. Look, now obviously you need Jane Daniels, but the Commies look tough with Mariota as well.
Yeah,
and that's
he
a
played
really good veteran backup.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury's dialed in. Like that's good team building right there.
They are legit. I mean, they're more than just Jaden Daniels. Now he adds to the team and he gives you a dynamic. Yesterday he was in for like a handful of plays and he still had like 6 fantasy points because he, hit another big run.
Yeah.
They need him. But yeah, you're right. Like to have Mariota as your backup, that keeps your offense the same. because he can do a lot of the same things. Now, not to the level, but he can do a lot of the same things. It's a really nice signing by them. Makes a lot of sense. And Robinson's been running the hell out of the football.
What happened to Daniels? I think it's a rib.
Ribs.
Yeah, they said rib injuries.
He looked like...
They said he could have come back, I think, if the game needed him to, but it was already 20 to
Yeah,
nothing.
because he looked like angry when he was taken out. One of those injuries where it's not like devastating, but you just can't. You just can't. I don't know. You just can't go.
And ribs suck.
Yeah. I mean, every single movement that you do, you feel.
You take a deep breath and it's... Yeah.
So Tampa's got a big one against Baltimore tonight. Tate, how we feel about your Baker, your guy, your Bucks?
I mean, you got to feel good about it being home, right? Because Lamar's almost impossible to beat when he is at home. The reason I put that in there about the NFC South, though, T-Bob, I get it.
Because he wrote here, the big question is, can the Saints get healthy enough to stay in the NFC South race?
Here's why I say that, okay? I get it. Here's why I say that. Panthers are awful.
Yeah.
Falcons lost.
Yeah.
Here's what the Bucks' next 4 games is. They could lose all 4 of these. Ravens tonight. Then you got Falcons, Bucks, so one of those teams is getting a loss.
Okay.
Then the Bucks go to Kansas City, and they come home against the 49ers, who are beat up. 4 weeks from now, they might be a little bit healthier. The Bucks could actually lose 4 straight.
Here's the deal. I couldn't tell you who the Saints play in the next 4 off the top of my head, but they could lose all 4 of those, too.
I get it. But
I agree. Well, I am firmly, as sad-ass as this is, I am firmly in paper bag and taken for draft pick territory, which sucks because I don't love, like we said, the quarterback class maybe leaves a bit to be desired right now. But, yeah.
My biggest takeaway from the NFL this weekend was, besides the best game, I thought was Lions-Vikings. Those are 2 of the better teams in the NFL. That was an awesome game. It ends 31-29. The Lions get the victory there. But also Saquon Barkley going back to New York, playing his old team that didn't think they needed him. He had 17 carries for 176 yards.
Second most yards all time against the former team. Cedric Benson, actually, the record holder.
That's a name I have not thought about in a long time.
I know. That's just, I mean, it's just more emphasis on what the hell were the Giants doing committing to Danny Dimes over Saquon. And the thing is, would you have had to pay Saquon a lot for a running back? Yes. Still way cheaper than a quarterback. You could have committed to him at a way lower price.
For less years.
You would have had to move on from Danny, but you really screwed up interpreting that playoff run you went on.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Always favor the running back. I agree.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's future football.
So real quick, I know we have to take a break, but of the divisional leaders right now, there's not too many surprises. All right, in the AFC East, you've had the Bills. In the North, you got the Steelers, which are a little bit surprising, but we'll see if the Ravens can tie back up with them tonight. You got the Texans in the South. You got the Chiefs in the West. In the NFC, you've got the Lions in the North. You've got the Bucks in the South. You've got the Seahawks in the West. Really, outside of the Commanders in the East, there's not a big surprise as far as who's leading their division.
maybe Seattle, but again, the Rams and 49ers are so banged up. I mean, they're basically playing with backups out there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of chalky right now.
Still look way more competent than the Saints do in that same banged-up nature.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a little chalkier now. That's true. All right, when we get back, let's wrap up the show with Ask the Bench.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorney, is there for you when you need him. You get into an accident, you need somebody who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies, get you what you deserve. That's Gordon McKernan, 225-888-8888. You get in an accident, get in touch with them immediately. You can also always go to getgordon.com. You can see all the different cases that they handle, see results from customers, for previous customers. You can fill out a free consult form right there online. They get in touch with you immediately. And then follow them on social media at Get Gordon. A lot of great content going down. Little hunting trip with Will Campbell on there now, man. The G team holding down for LSU Athletics. Get Gordon, get it done.
Also, another great tool on the website, getgordon.com. It's going to have an online agent pop up. So if you have a question, it can get answered right there on the website. Like T said, though, if you want a consultation, you set it up on the website. You can check out cases they can handle for you on the website. And always remember, it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Join us at Pro Dreams in Mandeville for our special event, A Day of Champions. Meet LSU National Championship winning head coaches Jay Johnson, Skip Bertman, and Paul Maneri. Don't miss your chance to purchase authentic sports memorabilia, autographed by the champions themselves. It's the perfect opportunity to celebrate LSU baseball and take home a piece of history. Visit pro-dreams.com to get your tickets. See you there.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cole Kerslat, Vizzy Arts, Blue Moon Lights, guys, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench. What is Blake Baker doing to connect with these players and to get them to play hard like Matt House did not?
The cleats at practice, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
just a guy's guy.
He played the position, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he understands the position. Total meathead, and that, that's the biggest term of endearment that I can give anybody. Also allows them to speak in meetings, which I've found out that was not allowed beforehand, which is just wildness. So, yeah, I mean, all those things.
They're empowered now. It's a collaborative effort. They're empowered. Under Matt House, he had that kind of classic NFL attitude where it was, the story that I always go back to is I heard, and maybe this is apocryphal, but it's what I heard. Cam Cameron, he gets a job back in the day. He gets up on the whiteboard. He draws a circle. He says, this is what you know about football. And then he draws a way bigger circle. He says, this is what I know about football. Like some of these NFL guys, it's just,
And maybe
don't
you're
know how
right.
to connect with these
kids.
Yeah. These kids. Ask him, C-Bob, can you explain what Chester's doing to get flagged so many times? He's just double clutching.
We do. Okay, so I'm glad we don't have. We are going to talk about that tomorrow. Today was all positive. Today was great film. That's the one negative. He's got 3 penalties in that game. I think it's up to almost double digits this year. That is something you can't have in College Station. And also, getting in the right play, getting protection out. It wasn't loud in Fayetteville. It is going to be loud in College Station.
Ask the Bench, what says the Saints have to take a quarterback first? Why not draft an O-line and D-line this year and keep Rattler on a rookie deal? You don't look. I'm not saying. Maybe Spencer Rattler ends up being that guy, but as we said, in the NFL, that is really the exception, not the rule. Who we went through the list. It's like Dak, Brock, and like one or two other guys where you weren't a like top 5 or top 10 pick. If you want a quarterback that's going to be good, generally you have to spend big time capital.
Cousins was what, second round?
Yeah, Cousins was one of them too.
But I mean, even second round's a high draft pick.
Cousins was third round.
Third
round.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. Is this the most interesting college football season since 2007? Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And
I think a lot of
it's only set up for more chaos.
Yep.
Because of the playoff. More teams are in it. More teams have the ability to go earn their spot or lose their spot.
Ask the bench. Hester, can you give Blake Baker a hug for me and tell him thank you and I love him?
Yeah, I'll give him a little slap on the rear end.
No,
say,
no, he
boy.
said hug. He said hug.
I mean,
And
you know what I
gotta-
mean? Like,
gotta whisper, thank you, I love you.
That's football like talk. Like, nice job.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I love spanking. like the boys. I mean, like your boys. Ask the bench. If you had a time machine, would you go back or forward in time, and how far back or forward would you go? I would not go forward.
I mean, there's like anything you say going backward, there's going to be somewhere like, what about that? Yeah, nothing's perfect in this world. So, you know, there's
I see.
things are, you know,
You're
what I mean?
getting ahead of it. I know that you love the idealized version of like 50s culture.
Yes.
Without all the segregation, racism, and awful stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you could just have like, okay, let's do this, but we're actually like,
We're all in it together.
Yes.
Sitting
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a diner.
Yeah.
Saying swear words.
Yeah. I mean, from that angle, the Days of Confused time period, that kind of late 70s has always appealed to me.
Yeah, Alondra, Taylor.
What was the question?
Sure.
Like,
you go back or forward in time.
Back in time.
I would go back, yeah. The future scares me.
Yeah.
Because the now scares me.
I mean,
so
you
I'm
show
like,
up in the future and it's just like a wasteland. You're like,
Yeah, and you don't know it. Like
And
at
you
least
know it's
about
coming, yeah.
the past, you at least have some history. on it.
yeah. Or you show up and it's awesome, and then you get back and you just miss it. You're like, oh, well, like, it was really cool having all those robots doing everything.
It's like I got that to look forward to at least.
But like the 70s Studio 54 era, that's where I would go.
Yeah, now
With,
we're
like-
talking Alondra.
Yeah, with like the platform chunky boots.
Let's go do disco.
Flare pant. Yes. That's my vibe.
Ask the bench. Are you going to Mickey's Not So Scary Party? I am. Very excited about it. It's going to be packed, but it's going to be awesome. Ryan Brack asked the bench, you humping a blow-up doll dressed in a Yell Leader jumpsuit this weekend on Whiskey and Wine? No, I'm going to make Taylor dress up like a Yell Leader this weekend so we can just hurl. Actually, we should have Taylor do that and just hurl insults and abuse at him.
Yeah.
Put him between us, and everybody just gets to like come and yell at him and make fun of him.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Taylor, you down?
As long as I can wear the cute all white.
Yeah,
I can wear the all
for
white.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure, absolutely. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's Monday show. Huge thank you to everybody hanging out with us all morning long. YouTube.com/105ESPN. Great job to Alondra and Taylor. Put the show together. We'll see you tomorrow for some more OTB.
Off the bench.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUX. Tommy's.com. GEAUX. Tommy's.com. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. You want to work with Tommy's, man. The benefits are many. And in fact, like something like windows, I mean, that could pay for itself, right? You get those vinyl windows, they're way more energy efficient. They don't allow air in or out. So it cuts down on your bills. So next thing you know, again, like I said, they paid for themselves. So take advantage today. Go to GoTommys.com. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Yeah, go to that website, see what they can do for you. You can check out the past gallery of work they've done for customers in the area, testimonials from those clients as well, and the job that Tommy and the team did. But also remember, anything that you have in your brand as far as a custom job, they can come out, you tell them what you're looking for, and they will get it done. They'll get it done every time. Go to the website, GoTommys.com.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like Vans